Good.
start. Alright. Well, and of course, OBS crashed. Oh, it's up. Alright, it's here. Alright, hello everyone. After a great start, I got a notification for multiple updates on my computer, which I promptly ignored, and decided to just prepare OBS, and as soon as I pressed go live, it crashed. It froze, came back, and now let's hope you guys and gals are actually hearing us, and I'm not just talking out into the air. So, I'm not seeing any messages saying anything towards what I said or against what I said, so I'm not sure if if we are live.
I heard you, Kevin.
You
I
heard?
can, yeah.
Okay, all good, perfect. Just making
YouTube
sure.
and everything.
Perfect, just
Dave
making
says
sure.
everything's all good.
Perfect, thank you.
S model railroading says good.
So, we will take it slow tonight. I will be completely upfront. An hour before the stream, I started having a headache, so Jim will probably take the lead, and we will just enjoy the night running trains. So, I do have something that I want to show a little later during the stream, but for now, we'll just start smoothly and start with Jim. Actually, let's have a focus on the man himself, who released his first few videos. Actually, multiple videos this week. So, congratulations.
I got some videos out there. Thank you very much, Kevin. And yes, I got Holly's video out there.
Yep.
And I released a second video running a steam train there. And I have another video that's almost ready to go out. I did a video on the turbo train. I need to put some audio to that, and I'm having some difficulties with that.
I will be helping you very soon there. I was supposed to help you last night, and I completely blanked out and forgot everything. And then I joined the stream super late, and here we are.
No issues, Kevin. No, I know you have a life and other things going on.
Yeah, well...
And actually, if I might start, I could start with welcoming everybody to the chat.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm looking through here, and I see all the usual culprits here. Kevin Corner here is with us. Dave Scott's here. Let's see. Welcome, BNSF 39, Tommy's Angels, Frank C. Let's see who else is here. Ken Keferati, Raven, of course. Raven, hello, Raven. Frank, and of course Holly. Yes, Holly. Mwah, hugs and kisses, Holly. Yes. How you doing?
Which Holly did email me, not last night, but the night before, about a track plan, having some questions about it. We will not be doing that tonight because I'm not at the right computer for it. But I will be, and I didn't answer her directly. I did send her a message during Dave's streams last night about it. And I will be fixing answering the questions and fixing the few things that she did mention. So that's coming. But during the week, Holly, I just have some busyness going on in my life right now. But it's all fine. And so yeah, just mentioning that. But I want to say thank you to everyone who donated in the past stream. I did purchase the upgrade to the new SCARM 2.0, and I didn't buy the full expansion pack yet, but I will be buying the full expansion pack for the train sim option, which has actually some American stuff. So I'm going to be able to run, I think it said up to 5 trains at the same time, and multiple options, so that's going to be actually really nice. So thank you everyone for this.
Menemenon just asked a question there. Jim, are you in Boston or near the air? I currently live in Bridgewater, Massachusetts, which is south of Boston. I have my Boston and Maine Railroad T-shirt on here. Let's see if we can get that in the photo. Yeah, in camera there. But yes, I am here in Massachusetts, just south of Boston, about 20 miles south. I used to work in Boston. I used to drive a bus for the MBTA. Those who are regulars on the show are aware of that. I'm now retired. So yes, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nice. So I will change the cameras to see a bit more of everything. obviously we've got the same usual cameras that we have. This one, the colors are off because I did change it to a new one and I couldn't get it to properly set the colors. I might play with the colors tonight, but everyone knows how it goes when you start playing with setting during the streams. It doesn't go. Usually it's a bad idea. This is about as good as it's gonna get, quite frankly. But we'll play with it a bit. Otherwise, we have this beautiful view of the mountain backdrop that I did. I'm almost done with that corner. I just need to finish the right side of it, which was the initial what initially made me want to start that corner, but I knew I needed to do the mountain first. So 2 months later, and still haven't done the corner I wanted to do. But we don't talk about that. We just enjoy everything else. You guys might see a locomotive that you're not used to see on the roundhouse. This is something I will talk about it later in the video. It's one of the things I may have received, but we will not be running it tonight. It's a DCC sound locomotive that needs break-in, and obviously this layout isn't DCC yet, so it'll be running later when I do the full DCC upgrade for this system, which I do have some interesting plans that I want to do. I want to completely ditch the DC setup, and hear me out. I'm not going to convert my locomotives. I've separated my layout into blocks because that's how you usually build a DC setup. But I want to put HO scale decoders where the power leads would come out for the motor as my what will control my blocks when I'm on DC mode. The wiring will have a lot of double pole switches, but I think it can be really nice, and I'm hoping that it works great. Quite frankly, I think it's going to be a great little thing, and the perk of that is when I want everything synchronized, I can just consist everything. So problem solved, right? I don't need to... The voltage will be regulated if they're all the same, the power will be regulated, and being, you know, the HO scale decoders, they'll have plenty of amps to run 1 or 2 N scale locos across its area. So I do think it's a different design that I haven't seen much online, but I want to experiment with that. So that's why I'm looking into a DCC system for this setup, not just for my few DCC locos, but to do that as well. Dog David is asking a question. I mean, the thing is, they're really picky. It depends on what DC controller you have. It can't be a PWM, and it can't be a cheap with voltage variation. When I say that, I mean like random spikes and variation. They need to be very precise, very smooth DC setup that's just voltage and not PWM. So it can, but it's not recommended. So that's why what I'll do is what I did last time, which is my small N scale layout will be plugged to my HO scale layout to have the DCC signal sent to it, and that will control the tiny N scale, and I'll be able to run DCC stuff there until I set up this. So that is the that's my answer to the question. Other than that, let's get some trains going. I think we're all here for this, so I'm not gonna tease you any longer. For now, what's on the track is what was on the track during my last video. I didn't change it. I've been very busy. So we'll see a bit of that, and then we'll change it later down the line. We do have some new trains to run, though. So, hi Mustache Mike and Colleen. I know there's plenty of people. I saw that BNSF39 is his birthday today, so happy birthday. And yeah, let's just enjoy the trains. I need to change the camera angle to alt scenes. There you go.
I'm going to be trying something different. Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
No, go for it. I don't have anything else to say.
I'm going to be trying something a little different tonight. I have written some script for JMRI and JMRI, which is Java Model Railroad Interface. And the script will run the trains for me this evening. I'm going to try running these programs so that it can free me up for the chat and the typing and that kind of thing. Either it's going to be a great success or a great disaster. I've been testing the programs this afternoon, and they seem to work fine. But of course, when you go live, things tend to happen.
Yeah.
So JMRI will control the throttles. JMRI will throw switches, change signals, and just
derail your train.
Run the trains. So when Kevin is ready, I'll execute those programs.
You're free to start. You're free to start whenever you want. I can at any point in time switch to you as focus if you wanna. If you wanna try it.
I'm gonna go to my camera train here.
Yep.
And I am just gonna hit execute and execute, and hopefully things will go. Now JMRI right now is starting up these throttles. He's running this train. Hopefully, when it gets to what I call Nashua, the train will come to a stop and wait for the turbo train to come into the station. So we'll see what happens there. First, it's got to get around, out of the yard and up to the top there, and we'll see what happens.
I'm curious, actually. I'm genuinely excited for this. Also, while it's going up, I will just take a second to thank each and every single one of you for subscribing as well. I have reached tonight 929 subscribers. I am getting close to that 1,000 mark, and most of you here in the chat are regulars that have been here since the 200 mark, and I want to thank every single one of you specifically for being such good viewers and such good audience and being so encouraging and working with me and believing in me. So I just wanted to thank you, every single one of you here, because again, you guys are the reason I'm where I'm at. If you didn't believe in me at first, I wouldn't grow this much now. What scale? BNSF is asking, what scale is this, and can I get a link to Jim's channel? This is HO scale, and yes, you absolutely can. Kevin, Lucky Kevin.
Here's our first. Oh, we got yellow signals here.
Oh.
Come on, JMRI, slow the train down and stop it. The next one's a red. Come on. I'm trusting the computer here. Our lives are in the hands of software engineers right now.
Well, software guys. And it's stopping. Nice. So yes, Lucky Kevin, are you able to link Jim's channel? Because my computer right now is already maxed. Or Dave, actually. I like to thank my agent, the production team, and of course my girlfriend. Dave, those three people would be the same person for me.
Stop. Oh, come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No. Oh, it did stop. It just went beyond the signal. Let's back this up here.
Is it possible it went beyond the signal because it is thinking about the locomotive and the car is in front of the locomotive?
Well, you see, this is why I was afraid of delays. Delays because I've got other software and everything running. So I just manually backed that up myself. So here we go.
Is the switch thrown? Oh, okay, it's on the other track. Oh,
the switches were thrown. Yeah, switches were thrown. Like I said, we're just talking about some delays in the throttle commands. That's all. That's we can deal with that. Okay. Again, JMRI is okay. They threw the switches back. Signals have cleared. And oh, come on! No! You're in the wrong direction.
Thank you very much, Lucky Kevin.
There we go. Okay.
It didn't think to change, and you backed up. So.
Yeah, well, that's happened. Is I reversed the throttle to back it up, and I left it in reverse. JMRI just increased the throttle, not knowing the locomotive was in reverse. Okay. All right. So we're still going here. All right. Now, what's supposed to happen at this point is that the turbo train now is supposed to come back and overtake this train on the track to the right. So switches are throwing behind us right now, hopefully. All right. And now, unfortunately, we don't have any sound from the layout. The Turbo Train is making announcements, ringing its bell, and doing all that other good stuff too, because JMRI can execute those commands as well. So you don't hear the all aboard, the station stop announcements, and all that stuff that's going on.
So Indiana Railfan asked a question, and he's asked us what we think if he should switch to N scale or stick with HO scale. My answer will not be what most people expect, and I will say to stick to HO scale, unless you really don't like the rolling stock you have. The reason for that is if you really like the rolling stock you have, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah. Okay. Now.
Most of them are going to be hard to find on the other scale. A lot of the stuff that I have are not replicated in the other scale because I have both. And if I decided to switch completely to one scale, I would have an incredibly hard time finding everything that I have in one scale into the other. So for that reason, I would discourage. But what you can do is have both scale, just like Holly did on her layout. Nothing stops you from doing that. Just saying.
Oh, if I might just jump in there, Kevin.
Go for sure.
JMRI stopped the Turbo Train at the station platform, which is what it should have done.
Good.
So that's making a station stop, then it's going to overtake us. The real matching is going to happen up top where they have to interact and cross each other. So we'll see how that works out.
So yes, Holly, it is surprising that I'm saying not to switch to N scale. If someone asks me which scale to start with, I will absolutely recommend N scale for multiple reasons. Not that there's anything wrong with HO scale, I just like what you can do in the limited amount of space of N scale, you know. Or the availability of Japanese trains for reasonable prices. But that doesn't mean you should switch when you have stuff that makes you happy already. That's just, if you find everything, or if you don't like what you have, then sure. But it's just what it is. Oh, right. I forgot to do that as well. I got suggested something by someone here, and I would like to propose to Holly to become a moderator if she chooses to.
I think that's an excellent idea, Kevin.
If she wishes, I will offer her to become. Oh, nice, a Tower train. To become another moderator here, and just say yes or no. And you're no pressure. You really don't have to. But basically, all you'll be able to do is tell Dave to shut up and to post links when requested. And you're gonna be blue. So those are the three. Of course, no pay because we're not even getting paid most of the time. But yeah, there's technically no pay. But I mean, you're part of the group, so I absolutely would like to add you if you want to. But duties is just if you see someone going off the rails about stuff that's really inappropriate, you can shush them. Oh, she's delighted, so she's promoted. And otherwise, putting links as if needed. So standard moderator and apply. So Holly will now be blue. So we can call her Blue Holly, or not. 10% raise. Oh, that's done. You know what? 100% raise, because 100% of 0 is 0.
Actually, if I can interrupt you, Kevin,
of course,
for a minute here. We're coming up on some important switching that JMRI is supposed to be doing. Now, JMRI should have thrown this crossover. Yes, it should. Okay, it did. Because we're going on now to the same track that the Turbo Train was on. Now, the camera train is supposed to pass the Turbo Train on the right. The Turbo Train should be in the station right now, waiting for the RDC's the camera train to pass it.
We're hearing the announcement, by the way. I'm hearing it through your mic.
Oh, you're hearing it.
It's faint in the back, but there's something being said.
Yes, that's the Turbo Train making its announcements, and it's going to ring its bell and all that good stuff.
If you want to make another big purchase, Jim. Buy the wireless microphones that Dave has and put one on top of the turbo train.
I could do that. Yes.
Don't
Alright, the
actually
turbo
have
train,
to, but it would be fun.
All right. Turbo train is in the station. We're making a very important passing here because we don't need any head-on collisions. Now again, JMRI is throwing the switches here, controlling the throttles and throwing the switches. Okay, good. JMRI has cleared this switch for me to go through it. And we're going to go around the bridge and come back out, and then the turbo train is going to come alongside us again.
I somehow never remembered seeing this exact scene. I think we're always went the other way.
Yeah, exactly. We're going through the opposite direction this time.
Will we see your famous dryer? Through
No, you see that big blue wall I put up there in the background? Yes. So I'm going to go through here. And again, that turbo train is waiting for us to clear this reverse loop before it comes out of that station there. And again, JMRI is running the show here. Good. JMRI through that switch. That was an important switch. And JMRI should still have that crossover thrown because we need to go back onto the other track.
By the way, I just wanted to say, RDGK said he's thinking of selling most of its HO scale and going back to N. I mean, again, I'm not opposed to N. I love N scale, clearly. I'm very strongly in favor of N scale. If you think it would fit you better, it's a good idea. I'm just warning people that most of the things in N scale are not always available in HO scale and vice versa. So just be careful selling the rolling stock you really love. That's all I'm saying, right? That's the biggest warning I want to give if you do choose to do so. I'm surprised you didn't script in the lift bridge to get up and we stopped waiting for them, by the way.
I could do that.
Don't do it randomly right now, but I'm just thinking. Oh,
that all the board just came from. You heard that?
Yep.
I was ringing. So now the turbo train is taking off. Yeah. I'm just welcoming Holly to the dungeon.
Yeah, right. She's now part of the dungeon.
Yeah.
Are me and Dave the dungeon masters? Is that what it is?
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay, that turbo train's left. Now, unfortunately, it's kind of, I only have the single camera train here. So you don't see what the turbo train's doing in the background. So if you were watching this in person, it would be more interesting. But that turbo train is going to overtake us when we get down around Tycho Town. And then make a station stop at that other station there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to dominate right now.
No, it's fine. No, keep at it. Mustache Mike said something that was actually really, really skillful. He managed to hunt down his entire desired rolling stock in N scale after switching. So that is very impressive. Like I said, a lot of the times, especially N scale has a lot of limited runs, regardless of the brands. So you really have to hunt for the parts that's been released. And Holly's now no longer so sure about being in the dungeon now that she knows it's a dungeon.
BNSF 39 says, I feel like I've met you before.
I mean, he's Santa Claus, so.
Oh, I'm saying, yeah, I've been everywhere. Okay. Oh, here comes the turbo train, just past us.
Yeah.
Now it's supposed to make a station stop. Again, JMRI is doing the throttles, so.
Oh, we got someone in the chat. Sparky is in the chat, and he's very impressed by your fully animated trains, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Sparky. Getting back to BNSF. No, I've never been to Ohio. No, I have not. Okay, that train made it stop like it's supposed to. Awesome. And we're gonna pass it.
Oh, BNSF. Kevin put the link earlier for Jim, so maybe I don't know if someone else can re-put it. Again, I want to do it, but my computer is to its maximum limit right now, so I can't really push it any further. Holly, it's your time to shine.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Dave. Thank you. Like I said, I'm running these, I have one script for each locomotive. The locomotive for the camera train and of course the turbo train. So I have 2 scripts running, and right now I've executed each script just once. And if it works like it seems to be doing, I can put them in an endless loop so that it just keeps doing this over and over and over again until it either derails, crashes, or something like that. So the only issue I've had was the train overrunning one signal a little bit. And
so
I
far.
think that may so far. Well, we're coming to the end of the programs now. That turbo train is where it started. So when I write these scripts, each train returns to the place that it started, so that when the whole thing executes over again, they're already in their start positions.
Also,
here's a crossover. This is the crossover. That was important for that to throw.
Just wanted to let you know, Jim, the NSF is now your 101th subscriber.
That's right. I hit 100 subscribers the other day.
Well, you're now at 101, and it is BNSF.
Thank you very much, BNSF. All right, and here we're coming to the end of the other program. The program will stop this. There we go. And
that's a rough stop.
Yeah, that's a rough stop. Exactly. I don't have any momentum written into those bud cars, so when it says stop, it just boom stops. But that's it. Both programs have executed, and now if I execute them again, it'll go through all this all over again. So I kind of think that was a success. I was worried about my computer, hanging up the system as far as delays and that kind of stuff.
Well, but the only edit you have to do is to make it stop a few seconds earlier when it gets to the station on the other side, so that it doesn't overthrow. That's the only edit you need to do. I'm not saying to do it right now or later. I'm just saying that that's the only mistake we saw currently.
Okay. Now what I've done is I've just executed those programs again, and I'm going to let it run through. I'll keep an eye out for that signal, make sure it doesn't overrun it again. But Kevin, we'll check out some N scale, and you can leave me in the background.
You're the background Santa. That's a. So we'll do a bit of running on my side again, and while watching you at the same time. Let's enjoy both for a little while. And very soon I have a full box of goodies that I will be presenting to you guys and gals. The video this week that we'll release will be of me presenting these things, but a better angle, better presentation, and more explanation. Oh no! I'm stopped my train. How did you do that?
How did I do that? Oh my God! Throttles, where are you, Throttles? Stop!
So it turns out, Sparky, it might not be such a good idea.
That is a riot. Okay. Let's reverse these trains here. Get them at least someplace where I can reach them.
I need to rewatch that. I'm going on the live stream to do a replay.
Of course you caught that, Kevin.
I don't even know how it happened, though.
Oh, you see, I have a 3-car bud train here.
Yep.
And what happened was they uncoupled, and one was inherently faster than the other.
No, but that one was completely stopped when it hit it. Is it possible that it stalled?
Yeah, it was completely stopped. It must have stalled or something. That's like I said, I'm bringing them out to where I can reach them, and I'm gonna fix that.
Well, the dangers of life.
Crashing is more fun than no crash. All right, see, this is what I was afraid was going to happen because it's live. I'm going to go, let's see, I fix this real quick.
So pro tip to anyone who does these things, like scripting, try to avoid consists, because if one goes wrong, it can hurt everything else. Holly, at least the ego. But we'll see. I don't think so. Jim has a tendency to mostly buy some Athearn Blue Box stuff, which is very robust. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. The turbo train didn't get hit, which is the most important part. It's the most fragile thing that he has. And I'm hearing some noises from his side. I'm hoping everything's fine.
Nope, that was me just
Okay.
putting the lift bridge back down. You know, I have a lift out section that I can walk into the layout with.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't throw something on the ground. Let's see how
All
our
right.
blue boxes are solid and just throws it.
Let's see here. So, well, you see, that's it. Let's go this way, and let's try that again. All right, I got rid of the problem. I got rid of one of the RDs. I had 3 RDCs there, and I got rid of one of them.
But is it enough to push a camera card?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. Again, the RDCs are those proto, yeah, Lifelike protos.
Okay, yeah, those are solid as well. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What did I miss in the chat? Let's get my scene here. Put my little picture in the corner. Okay, let's see. What have I missed in the chat here? And just oh, you didn't see that, Dave, right? Oh, people I miss. Let's see. Caboose, Dave, how you doing? Polizzi, how you doing? John Train, how you doing? BFGR. Oh, and Jay's here. How you doing,
Jay.
Jason? Will you be? Oh, thank you, Raven. Thank you. I'm just gonna wing the lives of what happens, and I'll get better in a few.
I mean, that's what I've been doing for the past year, Holly. I've been winging it about everything. Even most of my videos have been pretty much just whatever happens, happens. I don't actually script my stuff because then it shows that it's not, you know, my true self. So sometimes I may look underwhelmed, overwhelmed, weird, off. That's just because that's actually what's happening. It's not scripted. Nothing is scripted, actually. And I believe Dave does the same. We both would rather take 6 takes than we actually just, instead of just, you know, doing our stuff scripted. So don't worry about it. It is absolutely normal. Hi, Sudbury. Thank you for coming.
Yes, Sudbury. Hello. Good evening. Let's see here. Yeah, like I said before, I did a video on the turbo train. It's all just video, and there was a little surprise in that video.
Okay.
I won't spoil it, but it's about halfway through the video. You'll see something that will be kind of interesting.
If we don't see your beautiful face disguised in Santa, I will be disappointed.
No, you won't see me. You won't see me at all.
Then I will be disappointed.
Okay. So let's see. Again, I'm running this program here. I've just picked it up where it left off. So JMRI is running this, and hopefully we'll go through that same scenario again. I won't talk it out again, but I won't talk through it, but I might cue certain times.
I am just now realizing that I'm just now realizing that I'm missing a whole camera. So give me a second while I add it. If you want to talk during that time, because I clearly am not prepared.
All right. Well, evidently that may have been the issue. The couple of RDCs that dropped off during the first run. may have affected the stopping of
Oh,
train before the signal, which is why the train overran it, because it was a single RDC moving a little faster. So we'll check it out this time, see if the train comes to an automatic stop at that signal a little bit better, a little sooner. And again, I did a video of the turbo train. I mentioned before, Kevin, I need to put some audio to it. I'm having some trouble putting. I did put audio with the steam train video that I did.
Yep.
But for some reason, I'm having trouble this time around. Whoa! What happened in the yard, Kevin?
You didn't see that.
Oh. Let's see here. We'll get back to the chat here. Everybody is saying hi. Ollie says, wow, Fresno. I'm really looking forward to a closer look. Oh, David Bagley. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. And let me see, back up through the chat here. Oh, yes. Yes, Kevin Corner. We can always watch the replay. Yes. I'll be looking for that replay myself. And I'm just curious where it went wrong. Evidently, I had a coupler issue, Dave. Yes.
To answer your
Yes, I had a
question,
coupler-
to answer your question of where it went wrong, well, it's the day you met me.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, here we are. We're coming up on that important stop again. Let's see if the train makes it stop at the signals. Okay, we've got our yellow signals here. We've got and okay, we've gone through the yellow signals. Okay, you can start slowing down now, please.
Well, I mean, it needs to
Anytime.
pass the switch.
Yeah, and well, there are triggers in the track, block detection and that kind of thing. And when the train hits a certain block, it triggers the script to slow the train down. And it looks like we're slowing down here, which is good. And we'll see where we stop in relation to the signal mast this time around. And we're going to creep up to it. And we can stop anytime now. Please. Please. Pretty please. Come on, you can stop. Come on. Don't make me trip. Ah, look at that. There we go. Yeah. Awesome.
So the faster RDC was the problem.
The faster RDC was the problem. We've got the one behind it dragging it. Okay. And we come through here. Signals will change.
Unfortunately, the
Okay.
signals are.
Yeah, you can't.
I just fixed it. No, don't move it. I had it on my side. It was.
Okay.
It was
right.
moved a bit.
Okay.
Engineers
All
need
right.
to be tested, says Jay.
And you, that's right. Drug and alcohol. We have the cup for you ready. We'll warm it up.
So, just making sure. There's a scene I'm looking for. We're not talking about that scene.
I'm sorry. I missed the chat there.
Oh, it's okay.
Somebody had a JMRI question. Jim Doc David. Let me go back there. Jim, what is that small wireless camera you're using? I did have a link for it up a while back. Okay, where's Doc David's question here? Let me scroll back here. Okay, do you need DCC to run the JMRI system? Yes. JMRI, again, Java Model Railroad Interface. That's a shareware that's out there. It's free. You can download it. And JMRI is able to send out commands to locomotives, to accessories, to signal masts even. You can write programs for JMRI to send out commands to locomotives and switches and all that. What I have here is, I have a lot of block detection here. I have current sensors, and you'll notice some of these white lights in the track. Those are IR sensors. Normally, they're not visible to the human eye, but the camera picks them up. And the IR sensors and the current sensors, they let JMRI know which blocks are occupied. And when a train hits a certain block, JMRI sends out a command to that locomotive to either speed it up, slow it down, stop it. Like the turbo train right here on the right. When the train entered that block, JMRI sent a command to that locomotive, said, okay, fine, run for 3 seconds and then stop. And that's what it did. It stops right there at the platform. And that train, turbo train right now, is waiting for another sensor to be triggered before it will start again. And offhand, I can't remember which sensor it is. I think it's this signal mast here. When this camera train passes this signal mast, that's JMRI's cue to start the turbo train up again. Now, again, we don't have any audio from the turbo train, Kevin. I think you can hear it in the background.
Sometimes it's not always that's the thing. Sometimes your mic picks it up, sometimes it doesn't, so.
Yes, but JMRI not only can send out the throttle commands, but they can send out the noise commands. What do they call them? Not the commands that trigger the sounds, the bell.
The functions, the sound functions.
The functions, thank you. The sound functions. Yes. Thank you, Jimmy, for the information. I'm DC, so JMRI won't. No, unfortunately, no, it won't. But here, I have a giant panel here in front of me on my monitor that shows all the blocks. It's kind of a CTC panel. It shows me which blocks are occupied. There's a giant diagram of my layout across my computer screen. Right now, it's all covered up with other things, but it tells me which blocks are occupied, which switches are thrown, which signals are thrown, what the signal aspects are, that kind of thing. I could go on forever talking about this stuff, but I know it's putting a lot of people to sleep, so I will turn it back over to Kevin.
So I will take over to get out my box of goodies and show everyone. Like I said, the video this week will be of said box of goodies with more details, but I still want to give you guys guys and gals a preview and maybe run what's in the box. So let's get to that. I have turned a camera around so you can see me from 2 angles, not just one. And there's a slight delay on that one, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's grab the goodies. I brought them downstairs. And
thank you, Sudbury. Yeah, I actually I can't take all the credit for the electronics in this layout. A good friend of mine, Larry, he helped me endlessly with these. We had to make custom circuit boards. There's a lot of programming that went into this. The mass decoders themselves are homemade mass decoders using Arduino Pro Minis. They're programmed in C++ to act as decoders. There were custom circuit boards built for those to get the DCC signal off the track and into the 5-volt bus that powers the Arduinos. And again, there's a lot of technical stuff there that I won't get into. But yeah, it was a lot of work. Larry and I spent years doing this. And the decoders seem to work pretty well because JMRI, they send out signal mass decoders. The locomotives, you know how you send out commands over the track to DCC for the locomotives. Well, you can send accessory commands out over the track, and you can also send signal mast commands over the track. Now, each signal mast has an address, just like a locomotive. And you send a signal mast function command out there. Say, okay, yeah, we want aspect, number 32, and that kind of thing. And then the decoder that we made interprets that and turns on the specific LEDs and that. But it's very technical, and a lot of people aren't into that sort of thing. So I will.
You will have to make videos on that instead. I think that would be the best bet, so that people who are interested, you can link those videos specifically to them so they can go watch it later, or even during the streams. Honestly, I think those explanations would actually be helpful to a lot of people, especially if you have a visual of what you're explaining in those videos.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah. They were custom designed circuit boards. We actually had to sit down and design the circuit board itself, and then burn the circuit boards ourselves. We have a process for making our own circuit boards, and of course they have to be drilled out and they have to be stuffed. And there's a lot of CAD software for that, circuit board design and that sort of thing. But I should probably make some videos on it.
All right, so I'll go ahead and do my small reveal. So first off, we have some track. As you can see, a small adapter track because I want to change a small section. Some straights because these I needed to add them and I want to convert some spots into unit track. Another railroad crossing to complete a section so they're properly set up. And a new bridge to replace the one over there. Just a second, I'm gonna switch to this one to replace this silver bridge. As you can see, it's longer than what it needs to be, and it's going over onto the wood, which I don't want to. And Dave needs one of these bridge, the silver one. So this one is going to Dave, and this one, Brown House. Oh, workshop. This is the one that's going to replace it. So this is going to be decent. And I just dropped my mouse, of course. I can't just operate a proper stream without messing up something. How did I do that? I don't know. But I somehow did that. I also have two more fun items. I have somehow acquired another, because there's never enough of these, passenger set from Kato with Canadian road names on it. This is not going to Dave, and this is staying with me. This is the expansion pack for the Canadian CP Rail, the Canadian. I did not find the regular pack, just the expansion pack, but I couldn't pass it up, so I got it cheaper than what it says on the box. I may have negotiated a bit. It is an end of train, a sleeper car, a restaurant car, sorry David, and a mail car. Well, it's a baggage car, but mail car. So this is very nice, and somehow one of the most rare items I have in my collection after the Via Rail from Kato. I can't believe how rare these are, even though they're great, and they could have sold twice as much, and it would have sold instantly. And somehow, something that is even more fun. The last thing in the collection I will show is from a different store. It's from Plaza Japan. I have the starter set Dr. Yellow Japanese Bullet Inspection Train. So, this is still brand new in the box. I only took out one to look at it. The rest have not even been taken out. But they will be taken out and run tonight. Very happy. To answer your question, Holly, for now, probably a Via Rail locomotive to represent the transition era. But I do have a Rapido F7 for that specific train that is DC, but it runs a little rough. It's been running rough since I got it, so I need to look into it. But I have so many trains to fix, and so little time recently, so that it's not happening. So for tonight, it's going to be a Via Rail locomotive, but we will absolutely run this bullet train and more. Actually, I really enjoy my bullet trains, and they run very nicely. So David, I am not selling you the car. That's why I said sorry. I really apologize. I know you've been looking for one, but I don't have any in the CP Rail mark, and I want to keep it that way. So yes, this is not for sale. I'm sorry. What I will say also, to answer the other question for the railroad crossing, it is the UK/Japanese style. It does have the light on the wrong side, but I'm not seeing that as a problem. I'm seeing that as a solution, because it has an empty hole where on the right side, and when I say right, I don't mean like this is the correct side, I mean right or left. So what I'm planning to do is to put some lights, an actual flashing crossing where is the empty hole, so I'll be able to have flashing lights on the right side and full design. So It's gonna look really nice. But the thing I'm most excited about is definitely the bridge. I don't have one of those, and I don't know why. I just love bridges. I think they really add to a layout, so I'm excited to put that on. Not that you wanted to show off, but I'm jealous of the VRL one. Blue and yellow ones, all 10 cars. Absolutely, I will run them later. Sudbury Junction, the train store I go to bought out a bundle from someone near me that I didn't know had them for sale, and that bundle had the 10 VRL cars all lit too. The store didn't know they were lit, so I got an even better price for them. I got the 4-pack of orange CP Rail ones, but only 3 of them were actually Kato. The 4th one was Concore. Don't mind it, but it's not what it said. And now I got the last piece of that collection by getting that 4-pack. So I'm really not mad about it. And the fact that he doesn't have a web store made it so that people who didn't go there didn't know he had them. So very, very lucky on that one. But in my defense, I've been hunting for these sets for over 5 years, so patience paid. But I will, if I see more, now that I have them, the only thing missing in that collection is the other 6 starter set for the CP Rail one, and the E8 from Kato with the CP Rail scheme. Now that these are the only 2 missing, if I find more of everything else, I will not be buying them, and I will let you guys and gals know in case you do want them. Because I know David wants the restaurant car, absolutely, and well, you want the whole VRL set, the blue and yellow one. So I will absolutely let everyone know if I find more of these, because I don't need more. Oh, thank you very much. I'll keep the dungeon in line. Yeah, the dungeon's a mess right now. My girlfriend's been telling me to clean it up. I have to do that. She's absolutely right. But instead of doing that, I already know my next project, which is ta-da-da-da, the back corner. Oh, and the camera froze. All right, the back corner over there will be getting not a mountain, but a elevated foam section, just like Dave. But I'm gonna do a concrete wall instead. And I have some buildings with a plan, and all I'm going to say is this one is one of them. And I have some more buildings that I've received that will not be shown tonight, but will be in a video later that will help complete that look. So thank you very much, Mustache Mike, and I will do my best to do some cleaning. Alright, so let's go back to not a trolley line RDGK. I do want one, but I've kind of ran out of space already on this layout, so it's gonna be all static scenery from now on. But I'm enjoying a lot adding this scenery. Well, as everyone I think here knows, I'm a big fan of putting scenery in N scale because I find it easier than HO scale because it fills quicker, and you can go very detailed without going too detailed, and it just completes your, you don't have to put as many details to look nice and vibrant because it's so small, right? Everybody sees the size as a downside, making it more difficult. I see it as an upside because being generic makes it look super detailed because it's so small, right? So let's get back to the trains. Actually, who wants to see the Dr. Yellow run right now?
I do.
I do. You do? All right. Let's get it out. I'm going to take off the Amtrak train, and while I do that, while I take off the Amtrak train, I will focus on Jim because there's nothing's going to be running, and after that, once I'm putting the Dr. Yellow on, then I'll bring back the cameras. So, alright, so this,
okay.
Where is my Amtrak? Oh, it's in the tunnel right now, so it's coming, just slowly. I really, really enjoy the mountain and the whole mountain scene I've made. I do have a few detail pieces I want to add, but that's going to be later when I'm going to put a lot of small details across the whole layout. So all these moderator posts coming back to make it look like they're a gang. We might be Mustache Mike. You never know. We might just be. Alright, so the Amtrak is right in front of me, so I will be switching to Jim. Let him lead and have some fun.
All right. I've executed the program again, and we're coming up to that very special moment where we need to stop.
No.
And we'll see if we don't overrun the signal this time.
What a timing.
It worked the last time around. Again, I'm completely hands-off on this. Those of you just joining us, JMRI is running the trains. JMRI is my computer, Java Model Railroad interface. And it is controlling the switches, the trains, the signals. And I'm just going to sit back and watch. We've already had one disaster. Let's see if see what happens next. Start screaming. Yes, Holly. All right, we seem to be slowing down here. That's a good sign. Let's stop. Sometime now would be good. Please. Oh, there we go. We haven't quite infringed in the next block, but we're close. I'll have to make adjustments in the program for that.
It likes to play with your nerves.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it's messing with my mind. And here comes the turbo train around the corner. It's going to come through the crossover and then into the siding. And that's going to stop at the station just to our left. Yes, a real cliffhanger, Doc. Yes. And I don't know if anybody has a turbo train out there, but these turbo trains are really finicky. The turbo train has revealed every flaw in my track work. And I had to spend a lot of time going over my track work again, making sure that the turbo train runs. Now that I've said that, it's going to derail all over the place now. But yeah, they're super difficult to assemble. You've got those steering bars on the sides of the cars, and they have these little eye holes that they need to eyelets that they need to go into. And again, the cars are super light. That's the biggest issue that I have with the turbo train, is that the middle cars are just way too light. And I'd add some weight to them, but I can't get them open. I don't know how to open them. And they have snap together bodies, and I guess if you twist them a certain way, whatever, but they're so expensive. I don't want to risk damaging them. Okay, so here we go. The turbo train should be coming up on our right here and overtaking us and stopping at the next station. And what's Raven talking about? I have to snake out my dryer vent. It's clogged up again. Yeah, it's about time for us to do this down here in the basement too. The dryer gets all clogged up with the lint and the rest of that. And yeah, it's kind of tough because it goes into the outside wall and all that, and it's tough to get at. Okay, JMRI has stopped the train at the station. Very good. And it's going to wait for its next cue to take off again. Oh, what did I miss here? Oh, I'm sorry, Ross.
Oh, I missed it as well.
Yes.
I was not looking at the chat.
What did I miss in the chat? Let's see here.
Oh, Ross is Raven. Oh, okay. I for some reason I thought it was Russ at the same time. And the worst part is I know that Raven's name is Ross. I somehow forgot about that. It's the dryer vent.
Oh, okay, Doc, David, Jimmy, you've got two turbo trains. Didn't realize that. No, I do not have two turbo trains. What I have is one mirror, and the mirror runs along the edge of that layout, and it reflects, of course, everything back. And rather than look out over the edge of my layout at all the disarray and mess, I lined that particular edge of the layout with mirrors, so that it gives the layout a little bit more depth and everything. So you're actually not seeing turbo trains there. You're seeing one reflection.
Jim is not made of money as opposed to what he's showing.
Oh, no. Again, this Rapido turbo train is the most expensive purchase I've ever made. As far as model trains go, that's even more expensive than the G gauge stuff that I've purchased.
So I will be switching the camera if you don't mind. You're still going to be
go right ahead,
in, but not the only one. I want to put the beautiful Dr. Yellow on track. So this is going to be a little finicky-er, because these are the Tomix one with the connection plug in between, which are great because, they're connecting power in between the cars, making them a more solid connection. But the downside is the plugs are directional and they're, harder to plug. I did see that Tomix does sell the upgrade kit to go to the full 7 car. This is 7 car set, I think, when it's the full set. I don't plan on getting the rest, but I wouldn't be mad if it happened. Let's put it that way. So just making sure, okay, so this is the direction that it goes in. Motor. This is the motor car. I have no experience with either of... Oh, wow. That is a close edge. Oh my god. They are basically touching each other. And also there are some nice little pantograph on the cars. Now, I don't want to break them lifting them up, but I don't know how to lift them up.
How far do they extend up, Kevin? Are they going to clear the tunnels if you lift them up?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're not they're not super tall, they're just super detailed. There you go. And these Japanese trains are not as tall as North American trains. So, and I've made my tunnels to be able to clear the double stack American trains. So, this is not a worry at all. Now, let's put the other 2 cars that I have. This is so nice. So nice.
Yes, Holly is absolutely right. You meet the nicest people playing with trains. It's funny. The people, the model railroaders, the collectors, and the people just interested in model trains. They are really nice people. They're for the most part, they're friendly, kind, trustworthy, generous.
Yes. Except when they send you junk by mail, huh, Jim?
Send you junk by mail. Hey, you have 2 really impressive locomotives out of that.
More than 2? I just haven't worked on the other ones. I have more than 2 out of it. I just haven't worked on the other ones to make them as impressive as they should be. Why is this one? Okay, so it's...
I tell people up front that I'm an a-hole. Okay, RD. And
there you go. These are so close together. I'm starting to worry about my 13-inch radius. Who would have thought that 13 would not have been enough? Oh! Okay, I need to show this. So here at the back of the locomotive, you can see how much it extends over the coupler. This is sprung. So in the corner, it will push in or push out to make sure that it stays fully connected without actually touching, or it's gonna look so realistic with this. That is nice. Good job, Tomix. The only thing that's not a good job is the length of the... Well, it's not Tomix's fault, but getting on track is a little bit more difficult. Please just... Why are you curving instead of going
That is
in?
the way Hello Kitty is, Jay says.
Well, this is my first Tomix, right? So to me, this is all new and impressive. There you go, Clipton. Now, let's
Oh, of course.
Let's get it going. Remove the jump.
Good, Kevin. I just had a derailment.
Oh boy.
Yep. I jinxed it.
Which
So
one
I
derailed?
will, the turbo train did. So I'm going to go rescue that real quick.
Perfect. Okay, that Dr. Yellow is really nice. Look at that. I'm really happy. Hi, train crews. Alright. The Dr. Yellow is gorgeous. It does not have any lights in the pantographs, but that's okay. I am not mad about it. It doesn't have interior lights on this one. I will be adding some with the gifts from Dave, but for now it'll stay as is for a little while, and we'll just enjoy it as is. I'm not in a rush to open them up. So one more Japanese train to the collection. Look at this beauty. And with the sprung in between, like sprung, what's the name for that? Whatever is in between the two cars, it makes it look even more realistic. I'm very pleased. I might send it up around the whole layout, actually. I'm pretty sure it can do it.
Okay, I'm back here. Let's see.
I'm Jim.
Okay, train crews. Hello. Hello, train crews.
That Japanese train is something else, I have to say. As someone who loves yellow, that Japanese train is very much very much of a good purchase. And I can tell my track is properly inspected now that the Dr. Yellow is doing its inspection.
Okay, I'm looking for it, Kevin. Okay, there it is. I see it.
Yeah,
in the upper left. There it is. Yeah.
Bottom left and then middle right.
Okay. It is a beautiful train. That is very nice, Kevin.
So yeah, mine is a 4-car set. The real train is a 7-car set. Tomix does offer the extended pack, as every company does. You know, when they have sets like this, that's what they want to do. And I am very pleased with it. The Kato with the lights and the pantographs is nice. You're normally looking down on it. I mean, I'm sure it is nice. This one was on sale on Plaza Japan. A sale I couldn't pass up. It was $85 Canadian plus shipping. So that's a very hard to beat price for a 4-car set that includes one motor car. You know, so yeah, that is exactly what I'm looking for in a train. Down house. Let's look at it come up.
Wow, Kevin, those those are really impressive. I wish I had the eyes and the hands for N scale. I just
I know
it's
it's
just
not the easiest thing for everyone, but here. Oh shoot, the camera's not at the right angle. Shoot.
wow. Look at those. They are very close together.
Yeah, it is impressive, quite frankly. And that is the worst radius of the whole layout, too. But yeah, I will be making a video about this unboxing, plus the V-Rail that appeared, and I will happily explain all these details in the video, because it is something else.
Let's see here. We'll catch up with the chat here.
Yes, absolutely.
Tinsley Field says, I do like the diaphragms, though on the Tomix version. I was asking as you sounded like you were having issues with the stream.
Oh, no.
No, we were having issues with trains. Oh. Go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, no,
I'm
no. I
sorry.
was just saying, like, on my side, the stream has been going fine. It's really just... I'm just tired because of the headache. That the Tylenol have worked, so I'm feeling better. But I'm still not gonna last, 5 hours streaming. It should be a 3-hour stream, so there's that. But I'm really not too mad right now with that Dr. Yellow on the layout. Very happy.
Good, good. Like I said, yeah, I had the derailment and I had a little collision.
Oh.
A minor one. Just some scrapes and bruises. But outside of that, everything seems to be going okay on my end.
Good.
And I just changed it. Now we're going to have a major computer crash.
Please
and everything's
don't.
going to go haywire.
Please don't.
Not sure catching up with the chat is possible at my age, Jimmy. No, I get that, Holly. Yeah, I get that. Everything tends to get away from me these days. And of course, at my age now, I just let it go. I say, oh, no, go ahead. Want to run away, run away. I'm not chasing you.
I'm gonna try something. Give me a second. It involves moving a camera. I want to get... I don't think it's gonna fit. Wanted to get a lower point of view.
John Pierre, Little Tracks Corner. How can
Oh!
you do a 3-hour stream? I have no idea. Having a hard time doing 2 hours. Your streams are very cool, JP. Yes, they are. They're awesome streams.
The trick is be boring and repeat yourself a lot. Quite frankly, so
Yes.
I don't
So
actually
that's
believe
it.
that I'm boring or anything, but repeating yourself a lot is not a bad thing and does work. And for the energy level, you just push through and hope for the best. There's no other answer, honestly. I've been trying this for over a year now, actually. Now that I think about it, I've been streaming almost every Saturday since April of 2025, and I think it's going at least half decent. People seem to enjoy it. People are tuning in, so. And honestly, Jean-Pierre, for the amount of views, having longer stream makes it a lot easier to gain subscribers, and because not everyone is available at the same time, so just extending and just running trains, or having a great co-host like Jim to help you talk while while you're setting up your stuff, does make a big difference. So honestly, those would be my tips and tricks.
Well, Train Crews just asked Kevin Tiny Trains.
Yeah.
He says he watched your stream the other night when you were working with Scarm.
Yeah.
He's trying to see if he can map out his layout with it.
So,
And I've used SCARM before. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kevin.
oh no, go for it. Go first.
No, I was just gonna say I've used SCARM before. I've used the free version, and unfortunately, the free version only limits you to a certain number of track sections that you can use. But it is a very good software. It it allows you to use the different brands of track and different scales and all that. But Kevin can tell you more about SCARM than I could. And yeah, if I had that when I was designing my layout.
So SCARM is great. You could do your own, but it takes a lot of time. It actually takes me more time to redo an existing layout than to do a new layout somehow. But yes, you could. I will not be able to. I've shown on my last live stream that recreating something that exists, because we all tweak our stuff a bit and maybe it's never perfectly aligned and stuff, doesn't work well. But the opposite way, where you do plan it there first and then creating the layout, that actually will work, because those are exactly the right measurement. So
Please stop. Please stop. Stop. Yeah, there we go.
It actually stopped at the right spot, not on the edge like last time.
Yeah. Exactly. Holly says co-hosts are fun. Thank you, Holly.
Yeah, it is fun, and even Dave can attest. When I say Dave, I mean Scott Rail. When I co-hosted, I had some. We both received some positive feedback on the stream itself, but he gave me positive feedback on how much smoother so it requires more prep before the stream, but during the stream actually makes it smoother, having two people being able to bounce off each other. So the only thing you really need to keep in mind is at least one person keeps an eye on the chat. You don't want it to become a conversation between two people, because it's just, we're not a talk show, so just listening to people talk about themselves can get boring. So as long as at least one of them is eyeing the chat and responding, either verbally or by messages, that would be the best way to go about it. But if both hosts keep the focus on the chat and on the questions, it goes very smoothly, and it is a great thing to add to a layout. Not a layout, but a live stream. And it does make it easier. And I do believe that partnership, like, I am not you. If you and Jim can link up and want to do it together, or if you and me want to do it together, there's no problem. But I think if everyone has their own flavors and own specialties, being together, yeah, exactly, David. It can be a Zoom call, but I do think that there are teams that work better together, like an easier, a more flowy conversation, an easier comprehension of each other, having the same ideas or same how do I say this? Not values, well, that as well, but like me and Jim, the biggest thing we have in common is we love the more toyish stuff. Like he loves the Tycho Town stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I love the slot car stuff. We both love running trains. We do each have specialties in what we do, but I think, like, I prefer the simple scenery. He's incredible with electronics. So while we have different specialties, having same interests, I guess, would be the best way. But also having variety. Like, my trains are mostly Canadian and Japanese and mostly N-scale. He has exclusively, because he sent me his N scale, he has exclusively HO scale, and, well, with some G scale, and he has mostly Boston and Maine or North American stuff, you know, and that adds to the stream. So those are all the things I could say. So Jean-Pierre, I wouldn't mind helping you and doing one with you, but if you also find someone else, I will not be insulted, and I think having a teamwork that just goes well together can actually work in your favor. So just like Carson and McMahon. Yeah, basically. So yeah, that would be the outcome of greater than sum of. Yes, thank you, colleague. So yeah, that's basically the recommendation. I hope that helps you, Jean-Pierre, and I do want to help you. If you want to, at some point, we can link up and time our stuff together. Being the same, well, not the same time zone, but similar time zone, just like me and Jim or me and Dave does help. But but I do think that if you find someone else that's not me, could also work with you, right? Both are good ideas. So I'll let's keep talking. We're already actively talking, Jean-Pierre, on privately on Discord. Let's just keep at it, and if it actually lines up, let's try to make one happen. I'm very much into it. My stream work. Yep, thank you, Dave. That actually is good. I just sure you just thought of it. But yes, I did actually enjoy also co-hosting with Dave, and it was interesting for me when I did that, simply because I usually like the one that hosts with having a guest. Jim has been more of a co-host than a guest at this point, but I've had Jay on one stream as a guest, and I believe I know I planned with other people to have other guests, but I know Jay was a guest and should come back actually, and I know Dave wants to be a guest at one point, but being the guest is a very different feeling and a very different experience than being the host. So I just thought it was interesting. So yeah, I'm more than open to being guests on other streams. I think also helps everyone bring more people. But it's more people to each other's channel. But the only restriction for me right now is time. So if someone wants me as a co-host or a guest, just let me know. Let's talk and let's plan something out. But I just don't want to promise a quick turnaround because I am limited in time. So.
All right, if I could just mention real quick.
Yep.
The mirror here. I just wanted to show everybody the mirror that I have along the
before you explain it, just so I don't miss, Jean-Pierre, there is no delay between me and Jim for when we talk to each other or talk to the stream. The only delay that there is Jim seeing the stream, because he's only seeing on YouTube after the delay. So, sorry about that. I'm going to switch back to you, Jim, so you can show your mirror. So, I'm on you.
Yeah, you're actually in it, but you can see there the right hand side of the layout there is just a series of mirrors. They're 10 by 10 inch, the mirror squares, the kind of things that you put up on a wall, that kind of thing. I 3D printed some mounts that I can just set them in the in them to hold them up on the side of the layout, and I printed some little clips that go on top so that the mirrors stay in line with each other. You can still see the seams between the mirrors, that kind of thing. But again, it kind of makes the layout, look larger than what it actually is. Because if you notice, you can see there are two repair facilities in the back there. You see the two turbo trains. You see the two pedestrian bridges. That kind of thing. So you can kind of see where the edge of the layout actually is.
So
that keeps you seeing from all the extraneous stuff.
May I do a small suggestion, Jim?
Yeah.
So the little strip of wood or plywood that we can see there, if you just put either brown paint or greenery or just straight up ballast there, it would completely hide the illusion that there is a mirror. It would just look like it's extended.
Absolutely, Kevin. Yes. I added that strip there of 1 by 2.
Yep.
On the side of the layout, so that I could add the mirrors to it, because there was just I had that 1/8 inch what do you call that board, that chipboard or whatever it is, and it wasn't strong enough to hold a screw. So I had to put up a 1x2 strip all along that edge of the layout so that I could mount the mirrors, the mirror mounts on it. But yes, you're right. If I just ballast that, it would look like it's one continuous stretch of property.
Or even just paint it gray, about the same shade as it is, because this camera angle, while it is a great little camera, it's, the resolution is still limited being wireless. So just, especially in the move, right? So it would completely hide it. And I'm being nitpicky while my layout looks like half of it is plywood and I need to replace some track and stuff. So I shouldn't be talking, but I still think that it looks great. But that little seam is it's so complete that this little seam is more obvious than, a full section that's purely plywood, right?
Oh, actually, well, let's see if we could run this camera train right up into the engine house.
Yeah.
Let's okay. Let's back up beyond the switch. Let's go back here.
I think this is the best part for the mirrors. It extends your bridge. The road bridges across.
Yes. It would be nice if I can get that bridge right up to the face of the mirror.
Yep. But even then, it still adds a lot. So we can see a very focused Jim.
Oh, okay. Okay. I need to look at my screen as opposed to the YouTube.
Yes,
the YouTube
please.
is on a delay. So I'm like, okay, the train isn't reacting right away. Why is that? It's because it's on a delay. All right, so let's throw some switches here.
Oh, Easy Buds has a great idea, Jim. Holy moly.
What's that?
He said put a light, just add an LED at the top of the seam between two mirrors. It will make it look like a lamppost.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. That's actually a very good idea. Very, very good idea.
So I really needed to mention it to you because I know you're busy working on your switching layout. I thought that was an incredibly good idea, and knowing you, who can't just do it simple, you will most likely actually 3D print a little pole that will start from the edge of the mirror and bring it inside on the layout, as if it's an extension. Like any light poles, they're not just the light on top. They have an extension to go over. You're probably going to do something crazy like that, knowing you. But regardless of what you do, just adding lights at the top would actually look like lampposts. So I do think it's...
Okay, let's see. Which track do we want to go into? We went to the house.
So the middle one, I think, is the empty one.
Yeah, the middle one. Okay. All right, so I need to throw that switch. All my switches are DCC controlled. I use Tortoise switch machines. Is that the right one?
Yep. It switched.
It through. All right. So let's
Hi, Round Valley.
bring us right up in there.
And now we'll see all the dust on the track.
Building. Now I have to do an interior.
At least some lights.
Some lights, yes. I actually have the overhead crane.
Oh, really?
That goes inside. That goes inside here.
So you know what's funny? I have that exact same building on my layout in N-scale. That was built by someone else, but I have it. So, right there. Does that look familiar, Jim?
Yes, it does. Very much familiar.
So.
All right. Okay, so let's I can go all the way through it and go right off the edge of the layout
And fall off. No, I'm just kidding.
and fall off, but we will back up here again.
And there you can see all the money he spent on those Proto 1000 and those Athearn blue boxes.
Oh yes, the RDCs. Yes, the Proto RDCs. I really do like them. And I have twice as many now with the mirror. No, I have a tote with a lot of them in it.
I wouldn't
Okay,
mind
so,
if you shared. Huh. So, I just
Right.
thought of something. So, Holly, I know you're doing ON30, but you do know that since you'll have HO track, nothing stops you from getting some HO rolling stock and put it on there. You know, it's the same power system, the same DC power system, and the same track. So if you find an RDC for cheap, don't stop yourself. Just saying. And yeah, Jean-Pierre, he doesn't actually have it's the mirror effect. He only has one, but because that was expensive enough. One is expensive enough. But
Yes.
he does have. It's a trap, says Fresno. Holly is saying the most nonsensical sentence ever. No more trains. That is not a thing. You need more trains all the time. Alright, so I'll get back to
Okay.
both layouts where we still see you, but we'll see mine as well. I am very excited. I don't want to take the spotlight away, but that yellow Dr. Yellow train is very special.
Yeah. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Jean-Pierre. The mirrors just came to me one night. I'm lying in bed awake, couldn't sleep, and it just popped into my head. It's like,
You looked into a mirror and you saw yourself. He's like, I could do that with trains.
Yeah, exactly. Jean-Pierre, I thought I'd be strong. Bought 2 train cars last week. Bought 2 cars last week. We're talking about train cars, not 2 automobiles, right?
Hi, Midsummer.
Hey, Midsummer Railway N scale. How you doing?
Yeah, Mustache
Hey,
Mike.
squirrel.
Mustache Mike. You're gonna have to take Holly's blue shield away if she talks like that. No more train. What is this? That's propaganda. We don't accept that on our stream.
Yeah.
Holly, I said I was only going to have 1 train. Now I have 5. You're just getting started, Holly. You're not
Yes,
even.
you are, Holly.
You're not
Oh,
even
yes.
close to the end.
Pretty soon you're gonna be like, oh, this layout is too small. I need a bigger layout.
Pretty soon you'll have to do the first one I sent you with 2 loops to make sure you run everything.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Dave's N-scale adventure, started thinking that hall corridor is so massive, so much space for trains. Now he's taking up a whole second room just for that. The perfect example of turns out it goes quicker than expected. Dave's collection. So, not to talk too much about Dave, but in his streams, you can see in the background the sheer amount of green bookshelf cases that he has of N-scale.
Yeah.
He had none a year ago. Not even 6 months ago. He started with 1 and now he has a pile. It went quicker than, almost as quick if not quicker than his ASO scale stuff. And you have to think that it's not just 1 single car or single loco per box. They're full sets. Crazy. I'm all about it, but it's crazy. And they are cheaper, like in terms of value. They're better value than most North American stuff, being full sets for the price of a loco.
Oh, absolutely. You know, again, I love those Kato Japanese trains.
Yeah.
They
So-
just
Go small or go. Yeah, that's the end scale motto. Speaking of,
go small and go home.
since I got my Dr. Yellow, there is just one more Japanese train set that is on my bucket list. It's something I've been talking for a while. And it's the Midnight Express. Not Midnight, Twilight Express. So, don't expect it anytime soon. but at some point it'll be on the layout. So, and it's going to be another 4-car set. I'm only getting the starter set again. I am I do like the full sets, especially these sets are the actual full train, but I'm also limited in space. Somehow with such a huge layout, it's still limited. And I prefer to have shorter trains so that they're not running and chasing their own tail. Well, Train Crews, I said the next set, not the final, but I had a bucket list of train sets I wanted. The 100, the Series 0, Series 100, the Dr. Yellow, and the Twilight were the 4 main. I actually sidetracked with these, the Tree Train and the other blue commuter train, and Dave's next, Nagata Express, Narito Express, anyways, the red, Tron-looking one. Those were sidetracks that I absolutely love, but they are the bucket lists were these 4, so very, very happy about them. Then I'm not stopping with the Japanese stuff, but I will go more into the what I call the Japanese RDCs, these diesel rail cars. I just really like them. Unfortunately, Warren, I'm not planning on getting a Hello Kitty. I know Jay has one, and I'm happy he does. It looks great, but I wouldn't say it's for me. I would complete the Dr. Yellow before getting that, quite frankly. I just looks so sweet. Oh yeah, that Dr. Yellow is gorgeous. One night I'm gonna have to do a Japanese only stream. Like, I'm gonna still leave my other trains parked in the layout, but the Japanese stuff is nice. I have a short of the Twilight Express running on my channel, all 10 cars. You just have to see before you decide just a 4-car. Mustache Mike, I'm pretty sure I've seen it, and I understand, and I do think that the full 10-car set is amazing. I don't want it to chase its own tail, and my 6-car sets are pretty long on the outer loop, which is the main one it'll run, well, the lower loop. So a full 10-car set's going to take way too much space on the layout. I love to have it, but it's going to take... So I'm going to start with a 4-car set. Again, never say never. I'm not saying I'm not going to upgrade it later, but I'm going to start with the 4-car set.
Ollie just mentioned her nephew is coming up the 27th to do the bench work.
Oh.
I asked her, I said, take lots of pictures, Holly.
Yes, actually, just start filming. If he's okay with being in the video, just start filming. We want to see that. And now you know how to upload videos on YouTube, so nothing stops you from doing that.
I'm sorry, Train Crews just asked a question here.
Yes.
Does anyone have trains from outside North America, Japan, or UK? No, nobody has any of that. No, sorry.
Dave has.
We don't do anything outside of United States or North America.
Dave has, and he has one train that is on my bucket list, which is the orange TGV. I would actually prefer to get the silver one, which is exactly the same but silver somehow, simply because it's less represented. But I will happily settle with the orange TGV, and they just did a rerun, so I'm expecting them to be a lot more present on eBay for cheaper. Am I mistaken, or do I see? You are not mistaken. It is parked there, ready to run for later tonight. But I'll be honest, the Dr. Yellow has been will be running for a while. Oh yes, the one Australian local Dave had. Now I'm very much mostly North American and some Japanese. I'm very happy with that. Not gonna lie. I other than the TGV, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stick to North American and Japanese. Nothing wrong with the other ones. If I have to, I have a limited budget, and said budget is going to be spent on what I prefer, and those are the ones I prefer. So.
Kevin Procrola just asked, Kevin Tiny Trains,
Yes.
Am I mistaken, or do I see CP6644 on the camera above Jim? Now, hold on a second before you answer, Kevin. I read the question, and I started looking up, and I'm like, and the camera above Jim. I'm like, what? I'm looking up, and I'm like, and then it just dawned on me. He means the image above me. So.
Oh,
So is that CP 6644?
yes, it is. It absolutely is, Jim. Also, Dave is finally coming out of the closet, he's saying. He's done being inside the closet.
So I can get there.
Ah.
Get out of there. Dave is coming out of the closet. Yes, Dave. That's mighty brave of you.
But, no, jokes aside, I'm very happy to see progress there. And, I don't want to influence you, Dave, but I did think of something. If you're willing to do a small... derailment. If you're willing to do a small 12 centimeters by 12 centimeter hole in one of those walls, you could use that closet as a staging yard for your end scale. Just saying. There is an exact spot where we can just add a switch, and you could just have a shelf in there and have some turnouts to park more trains, but off screen. Just saying, it's an option. I should not be influencing Dave like that. I'm a bad influence. Nope, as I mentioned, still need the clock. Yeah, but, you know, just... Oh, welcome 3 Spikes Railroads. You know, just a 6-inch wide shelf that runs along. Doesn't take a lot of space. Just saying. You do you.
Forward says expand.
No, Kevin, no. Ailsa's not going to be happy with me if I'm already expending on the space she lets you have, which is extra space you weren't supposed to have. Oh, man.
Dave just says he still needs closet space.
Yeah, no. Oh, man.
That's right. That wall should be torn down by now, Dave. We're going to tune into a live stream one time on Dave, and the wall behind him will be gone, and he hadn't made the video of it yet. So, we'll see Dave's live stream. The wall will be gone, and then he'll say, tomorrow, there's a video coming out I'm taking down the wall.
So Squirrel is mentioning that he sees a lot of walls that I could punch through and have holes for the for me. What you don't realize, Squirrel, is 90% of the walls you're seeing are the basement walls that are concrete, and then it's outside. So if I do these holes, I am not putting trains into a closet. I'm putting trains outside. Not doing that. The only one that isn't a closet, it's my staircase, and it's already tight back there, so I'm not putting railroad tracks there, not because I'm afraid of the trains, but because I'm afraid of falling and stepping on them. So, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. There is a small space that could be, but I need to plan around so that I can, well, there's a power plug on the other side, unfortunately, and, so I'll need to plan around that if I ever do that, and also plan a turnout that works. So, alright, so next up, I'm going to do a little switcheroo of a train. I will be pulling out the Via Rail E8 with 6 of the 10 car set from Kato. Good evening, George.
Yes, George, good evening. I've been here the whole time. I just wasn't saying anything. Okay. George was lurking in the shadows. Easy Buds, my layout is the high point of the system. Trains come up to James Summit and down the other side. It's a small 1950s town, imaginary, named after his wife. Very good. Very good.
MLW has a question for you, Jim, if you look in the chat.
Wait, I missed. Okay. At Kevin Tiny Trains. Hey, Jimmy, question for you. What did you think of the recent LIRR strike? I'm not familiar with that strike. Maybe you could help me out a little bit. That LIRR.
I have no idea what it is either, so I don't want to.
I am not quite too sure. Let's see here. I Googled that Long Island Railroad. No, I'm not familiar with the Long Island Railroad strike. Long Island Railroad was on strike recently. When I worked for the T, I worked for the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority in Massachusetts. I drove a bus. I didn't do trains for the T. All I did was drive buses. I'm not familiar with the Long Island Railroad strike or their union or what they're holding out for. But working for the T, we weren't allowed to go on strike. That was in our contract. Our contract forbid us from going on strike because, being, public employees and the transportation system being, vital to Boston, we weren't allowed to strike. So I would assume that Long Island Railroad was a wildcat strike. I don't know what what's in their contracts or what they have, but that's what I would. The whole system was down for days, no service whatsoever. Yeah, I can see that being a big issue. I hadn't heard about that strike.
I am unfamiliar. What is a wildcat strike, by the way?
A wildcat strike is when the union goes on an unauthorized strike. Like I worked for the MBTA, and it was specifically written in our contract we were not allowed to go on strike. But,
maybe they forgot to include it in their contract.
Yeah, there are times in the past where the T has gone on strike, and that's what they call a wildcat strike, when the workers go on. Usually what it is everybody gets the. Yes, Holly. I saw that. I was watching for that, Holly. It stopped before this. It stopped. Yeah, I was watching that. It's an illegal strike. Yes, John Pierre. And usually, what those strikes consist of is like we called it the blue flu. Everybody would just call in sick. They wouldn't actually go on strike. They would just have a massive sick out. And but anyways, if you have collective bargaining agreement in force, we can't go on strike. Yeah, if you have a collective bargaining agreement in force, yeah, exactly. Let's see. Air Force told me the same thing. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Illegal strike. Yeah. Looky, Jimmy. Yeah, I saw that, Holly. Yes. Buy me something tomorrow, Dave. I can't make it to Ancaster, but I won a lot on. I won a lot on a bid. On a bid site. Athens John Deere set and 4 steamers. Very good, Crazy Train. Very nice. 4 steamers. Yeah, that's a lot. Let's see, Jimmy and Kevin Tiny Trains. Have you ever seen a Petticoat Junction? I have an O-gauge Lionel and steam locomotive from 1959. It looked like the steam locomotive on Petticoat Junction in a 1963 TV show.
I do not.
I'm aware of the TV show, the television show Petticoat Junction, but I never watched it.
I am not aware of it.
That was a little before my time. Yes, Holly, I have to test them tomorrow. Okay, very good. Yes, thanks, Jim. Yeah, Very cool. I hope they all run. I hope they all run too. Yes, Crazy Trains. Long Island Railroad is integral passenger service to the New York City. Yes, Long Island Railroad is their commuter rail, I believe. That's the commuter rail system for New York City. The T has a commuter rail system. They call it the commuter rail. I do have some MBTA commuter rail trains. They're not on the layout. I could, when I get bored in a few months, I can, take them out and run them. They're not the Rapido MBTA cars. They're the Concours. Was it Concours that made them? I believe it was Concours. But anyways, yeah, I could pull them out sometime and run those. Hey Jim, how easy are the Tyco Chattanoogas to acquire? I plan to use the frame of one for a scratch building project, but I really don't want to cut it up unnecessarily. Oh, those Tyco Chattanoogas, excuse me, my voice is getting a little raspy. Oh, you'll find them all over the place. They were very common locomotive Tyco produced. You can get them for real short money. You can find them at train shows easily. You can find them on eBay. I'm sure if you looked on eBay. No, I'm not bored, Ollie. No, I'm not bored. But those Tyco Chattanooga choo-choos, you can find them on eBay. I don't know if eBay is your thing, but they're very, very, very common, and you shouldn't have to pay more than depending on the condition, of course. But an operating one, you shouldn't pay any more than $10-15 for one. Let's see. Board? No. Good night, good night, David.
Good night, David.
Have a good night, and have a happy Father's Day as well. Good night, David.
You as well.
So let's see here. Crazy Trains. Me too. Also a brand new GP9. Thinking a ton of flex track and some cork on the GP9 Great Northern. Yes. A little fact about my layout. The staging yard, the very bottom level of my layout, is all done in code 100 track, and that track was all used. I bought it at a train show. The flex track was used. The switches were used. Again, I think I paid like $25 for all the flex track for the bottom level of that layout, and the switches I bought them for a couple of bucks a piece. The switches didn't need to have switch machines or anything like that. I did use all number 6 switches down there. It's all nickel silver. But yeah, if you can find used track at train shows, so long as it's not super ratty, there's no issues with that. You can find flex track for short money, especially used stuff. As long as it's not all covered with glue and ballast, and the ties aren't in bad shape. Let's see here. Yes, Crazy, it was a good deal. Let's see, MLW. The frames on those are steel or copper coated. I started filing a little and found a copper color underneath the paint before getting to the raw metal. Yeah, they're probably electroplated with something, or are those frames, are they steel? They're probably some kind of cast zinc or something. I don't imagine that they're very they're steel per se. Well, they might be. I really remember what the frames are like. But again, they weren't very expensive locomotives. They were cheap and mass produced. So I imagine they used the most inexpensive materials they could find to make those. At Kevin Tiny Trains, we hear rail sounds.
Yes, I am aware the bullet train, being a bullet train, is running much faster now, and it produced, being metal wheel on metal track, it actually makes a lot of noise. And the funny part is, you can stop hearing it when it gets into the tunnel. Being all foam around actually insulates the sound. It does a sound deadening thing. So I think it's actually funny that it does that, but I'm not mad about it. So sorry if it's annoying. I can mute my mic when I'm not talking, but that would be that would be the reason. Top left is on the fritz. No, it should be good.
Josh Cannon is asking a question.
Yes.
Jimmy and Kevin's Tiny Trains, have you got any new trains lately?
Maybe.
Have you got any new trains lately, Kevin?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, Kevin's constantly getting new trains.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
newest. No. The newest train that I got was the Amtrak Turbo train. I got that off eBay. Excuse me. The story behind that was I saw the turbo train on eBay, and it was an auction. It was going for short money at the time, and I knew the thing was going to skyrocket out of control. And I knew that if I put in a bid, I would eventually get outbid because I don't. I'm more or less a bottom feeder on eBay. I hate paying because when you factor in the shipping and taxes and all that, stuff can get expensive. So anyways, long story short was I noticed that the shipping was right here in Massachusetts. The guy selling the turbo train on eBay lived right here in Massachusetts. So I shot him a message, and I offered him $500 cash for it, and he accepted it. Now that's not the kind of thing you're supposed to do on eBay. eBay really frowns on that because they get cut out. I hope eBay's not listening right now, but eBay gets cut out of its commission, and the great state of Massachusetts doesn't get its taxes. But I offered him $500 cash for it, and he accepted it. So I went and I met him, and gave him. I didn't really expect him to take the 500. Those turbo trains, they go for the neighborhood of $700-800, and he took the 500 cash, and I went and I met him. We did our hostage exchange, and I got it. And the turbo train is the newer version. It's the new version that Rapido put out. There's an older version of the turbo train that I guess that didn't do too well, had some flaws. So Rapido did a re-release of the turbo train, and that's what I got was the re-release. So yes, George. So, yes, I can definitely identify with that.
Just want to say good night to Mike since it's 3 a.m. where he lives, and good night to Sudbury Junction as well.
Good night, Sudbury Junction. Sudbury Junction, and who else? Was it Mike? Mustache Mike?
No, not Mustache Mike. Mike Cunningham.
Oh, Mike Cunningham. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad people think that the rail sound is good. Just
Good night, Hobbies. Hobbies with Matt. Good night.
Oh, good night, Hobbies. We will be streaming one more hour, and after that, we'll take a break and leave it to Jay to take over whenever he'll be ready. So, I'm.
Yes, Holly's mentioned.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go for it.
I was just gonna say, Holly mentioned that she's done pretty good on deals on eBay. Yes. You can find good deals. If you wait long enough, you'll find what you want at the price that you want.
That or
again, I tend to be a bottom feeder on eBay.
Having some saved searches on eBay and having eBay on your phone, which as soon as a new item appears according to your search, you get a notification. You can snipe some deals before everyone else. So if you're actively looking for something, that would be the way to go. So yeah. Also, I can recommend for Canadian Plaza Japan. Shipping's more expensive than eBay because it's not free shipping, but the deals on the trains themselves are better than eBay. So absolutely would recommend.
Train Cruise has a question.
Yep.
The Bascule bridges on your layout, are they scratch built? No, they are not. They are old Tyco kits. They're the Tyco lift bridge, rolling bridge. Rolling bridge is the actual title of the box. Tyco rolling bridge. Those are two kits made by Tyco. They were released by AHM at one time. I'm told that Walters had released them or is still releasing them. But yeah, those are two old Tyco kits that I put together. They're operating bridges. They're controlled with tortoise switch machines and DCC. You'll see me open them, now and then from time to time. And in the new video that I'm putting out, you'll see the bridges again. And I'll have the trains. The signals operate along with them. When I lift the bridge, signals go red and all that good stuff. But to answer your question, no, they're not scratch built. They're made by Tyco. And I do have one kit left over here behind me somewhere. But they are hard to find. But yeah, they're actually kits. Very easy to put together. I did modify them a bit. I used bridge track as opposed to the Code 100 sectional track that came with them. I extended them with a couple of those Atlas plate girder bridges that I modified slightly. But yeah, okay. I'm sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
You can jump in.
I'm actually Mustache Mike wanted to tell you something, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Mustache Mike. Morpedo made an N-scale Amtrak turbo train, and that will be my next conquest. Very good, Mustache Mike. Yes. I'm not familiar with the N-scale ones, but the HO scale, they are very, very finicky. Very, very finicky. Train Cruise, thanks, Jim. I was going to make one in N-scale from scratch. Changed plans, so I do not need it now. Okay, yes. By the way, a Train Cruise, you do realize my layout is HO, not N, correct? Those bridges that I have are HO scale. I don't know if there was an N scale version. There may have been, but it's definitely something to look into.
So, this is gonna sound out of character for me, but I am actually tempted to already remove the VIA rails because I feel like, well, VIA rail's great, but with a bullet train running, I need another Japanese train running. And Dave's Narita Express train I've run on my layout a few times, but could run with it because both the time that it's really they're both actively running in Japan right now, so I think I will switch to that. So I will do some small operations like so. Flip the turnouts to make sure that it's the Narita Express that's getting power, and let's take it out of the rail yard. These power routing switches from Pico are freaking amazing. Being able to just flip the switches and poof, the right train has power, and then just switch it again and no more power, so it stays there. Quite a good thing. And Jim has left. We just heard him move.
I'm just checking out my my camera train there. It seems to be moving along at quite the pace. Make sure it's still in one piece. I'm just going to peek around the corner here. See it as it comes around the corner. Make sure it's still all together. Yeah, it is. All right. Oh, I moved my wall. You can see the mess. Woo! See, close it. Close the door. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That train was winking at you, Holly. Yes, it was. That was a little message to you. Excuse me. Yes, that was the AMD locomotive there. It has the alternating what do you call those big wag lights in the front? Oh, my brain.
Mars
I
lights?
keep getting old. No, not the Mars lights. The ditch lights. Thank you. Here we go. Yes, winking specifically at you, Holly. Done well on eBay. It has to be cheap for what is plenty of DCC with issues, and most were easily fixed. Yes, again, eBay for the most part is pretty good, and but you have to be careful. If you're looking at locomotives and you see a listing for a locomotive and it says untested, guaranteed it doesn't run. You have to be able to read eBay. Read between the lines on eBay listings. Untested means it doesn't run, and again, a lot of them they misdescribe things as mint, new in box, and as far as I'm concerned, if the box is open, it's not new. Test run only. That's another one description that you see on eBay a lot. Test run only. Yeah, test run only means had it for years. It's run on my layout and it's set on the shelf, but no, I don't buy that one either. Test run only.
I do.
Willis, Tiny Trains. How you doing, sir? I'm a new collector and I'm hoping to find some beautiful 00 gauge British locos.
I buy some, just as an FYI, Jim, I do buy the tested only, because sometimes I do get some good deals, and it's not because it's ran on their layouts for years that it means it's a bad runner. It might just need some grease and some cleaning, right? And if that means I can get a really good deal on one, I'm okay with it. So, it's, if you're looking for parts or you're looking for something cheap, those are not necessarily a bad thing to, untested or bad. I've actually bought some, not just untested, plain broken for parts because I was looking for parts. And to my surprise, those were lucky shots, but not only did they were not as bad as they were, described, but just a bit of cleaning and they were great runners. So I ended up not using them for parts because they were better than the thing that needed the parts. So
I agree, Kevin. A lot of the stuff can be fixed, but unfortunately, not everybody is mechanically inclined to fix and clean locomotives. So it can be tough sometimes for people who buy on eBay because they're not familiar with the inner workings. Like we'll take Atherton Blue Box. I see an Atherton Blue Box on eBay, and if it's a road name that I want and it's going for good money, I'll pick it up because I know no matter what that blue box needs, I know I can fix it. I know I can find parts for it. I know, but some people may not be able to do that because they're not that familiar with the brand and the inner workings of blue box locomotives. Let's see. Let me catch up back here with the chat again here.
Yes, absolutely.
Willis Tiny Trains. There's usually a couple of UK vendors there. Just check the wheel flanges. Yes, the wheel flanges. If you're running, depending on the code or 100 or 83 track. Let's see. Star Rails. Do you think there is going to be some British 00 gauge? Definitely will. Round Valley Model Trains. I usually look for non-runners to see if I can fix them up. Or untested. I just study them the best I can, but I love to fix them and bring them back to life. Yes, very, very good. Yes, even the Tyco stuff. That stuff can be fixed, repaired. The parts are readily available. I just recently did a Tyco Super Alco. I'll bring that out around the 4th of July. It's the bicentennial version paint scheme. And what I did was I put 2 pancake motors in it. I replaced the dummy truck in the back of the loco with another motor truck. And I went ahead and I put a DCC decoder in it. I serviced it, got it all running. I've got a spare shell here, just sitting here on my desk. I got it for the handrails. So I got to put the handrails on it. And I'll run that with a bicentennial train. I'll do that around the 4th of July, make a video about that and that kind of thing. And run that. Let's see here. Mustache Mike. Recent trend on eBay is to show photos of the wheels to confirm where. Yes. Excuse me. Yes, Mustache Mike. I look at that too. See what the wear is on the wheel treads. Let's see, Dave. Mine seems to work. Okay. Recent training event show photos. Yes. Non-runners. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm caught up there. Oh, Willis Tiny Trains. Got to wake up at 6 a.m. because it's a 2-hour drive. 2-hour drive. So thank you for stopping by, Willis Tiny Trains.
Thank you.
Get some sleep, get some rest, and have a lot of fun tomorrow. Enjoy yourself. Have a good day. And I hope you find what you're looking for, man. Really do.
So
Let's see. Doc David.
Oh, yeah. So,
I'm
sorry. No, go for it.
No, I'm just reading the chat here. Doc David. I think I need to do some work on mine as well, George, and it's going to be a problem runner. It'll be a static item on my layout. Yeah. We've all got those locomotives. No matter what you do for them, you just can't seem to get them running. Holly 130, we'll see about that. I will be grateful if I can find one. Let's see. I only buy the Paragon 4 stuff unless I need a shell. Okay.
I was about to say earlier I got a shot and I missed to change the camera angles. And I think next lap I'll get that shot again of the two trains side by side under the bridge, with the bullet train being slightly faster and passing the Narita Express. So I will try to get that shot again. I think it looks gorgeous.
Yes, let's see that, Kevin.
I'm hoping they're timed this round.
Oh, they're just going right over each other. I just saw them. Yep.
And I think that's what's nice. It surprisingly, it's easier than I would have expected in N-Scale to make a city scenery that can work with both N-Scale and Japanese and North American. So, Roundhouse. I think I'll be good. Oh, the bullet train's already ahead.
Dave says he can't wait to get the new track layout down, so he can run long bullet trains. Yes, Dave.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that as well. You know, I've begun to develop an affinity for the Japanese stuff now that you and Kevin have been collecting them.
We're collecting what is, we think, one of the most fun items that we can find in N-Scale.
I think hoarding may be a more accurate word. Hoarding.
I wouldn't say we're hoarding stuff. I mean, we still have some space to put them. And it's part of the hoarding definition means that it's trash. These are not trash at all. They're great. So the difference between hoarding and collecting is if the item is trash or not, and it isn't trash.
Hoarding isn't necessarily exclusive to trash.
Usually helps.
I mean, someone could look at my layout and say, "Holy shit, you got half, holy darn, you've got half your basement devoted to model trains. You know, you've got bins of them." He's a hoarder of model trains.
The real hoarder part of yours is your bins of RDCs.
Yes, I got a bin of RDCs. I am a hoarder of RDCs. RDC 1. That's what I really look for, is the RDC 1s, because they were the ones that were used the most. Yes, Willis, you can take a 9-volt battery to test them. That will save you a lot of grief. Yeah, that's a very good tip, Dave, is to take a 9-volt battery with you and just apply it to the wheels to see if they spin. Sometimes a lot of the shows will have test tracks, and a lot of the dealers won't mind if you bring a locomotive over to a test track if the show has a test track. Some of the larger shows will have test tracks. The smaller ones will not.
You say that, but I've seen, I go to smaller shows because that's what I have around me, and half of the dealers have their own test track to show you before you buy, which to me is the biggest sign of confidence you can have if they're willing by themselves to show you the train running before you buy it, that's usually a pretty good sign, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
if you see a dealer with a test track and you ask for an item and they offer you to test it in front of you, say yes, because it's always a good thing to see it first. But you can be assured that that dealer is an honest person. They wouldn't put that out if they're not honest. That's for sure. So.
Yeah. I've sold at train shows myself a few times, and you know, one thing that I'm very, very particular about is I don't want to sell junk. You know, any locomotives that I take to a train show, I make sure they're serviced first. I make sure that they run, they're clean. Like, you know, I'll buy lots on eBay, and you know, especially the Tyco stuff. You know, if I get a lot of Tyco stuff on eBay, and there are a couple of locomotives in there that I really just don't want, so you know, that's the kind of stuff I'll take to a train show. I'll make sure. Oh, I hear a derailment. Oh, and I just showed it out. But anyways, I'll finish up real quick. You know, I make sure that the locomotives run. I'll service them, make sure the traction tires are good, and that kind of thing. But I'm going to go jump to rescue that turbo train again.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. Which camera do I have up? Okay, I have that one up there. Let me. Get that camera back up. The Arian webcam just keeps cutting out on me. And that up there. And, I can wave hi to people. Here we go. Okay, I'm back.
Speak for yourself, Dave. You say you're 14 on the inside. That's way too old for me. I'm still 8, clearly. I want bright colored trains. That's pretty 8 years old of me.
Well, it was the same wheel set on the same in the same spot that derailed again. So I'll have to go ahead and investigate that. Yeah, the only thing with the turbo trains is they have very little lateral twist. So they don't like elevated curves. Not that I have elevated curves, but the track has to be perfectly, you know, flat and level. Let's see here. Track. Okay. Oh, Holly, I have no idea how old I am on the inside, but for sure not 71. Yes, Holly, we are all young at heart. Nobody actually feels as old as they look. Or thinks as old as they look. Well,
Speak for yourself. I think I'm as old as I look. I think I look younger than I am.
well, the mind starts to go. You know, you forget little things here and there.
I'm hoping that people are on board with these trains running, because I'm not changing them as often as I usually do, but I quite enjoy these trains. I do think, though, I will have to switch soon to the CP rail stuff with a V rail locomotive. It would need to be running at least a little bit tonight. Which I please.
Well, actually, I'm very happy with the way everything's been running here. I haven't changed out anything. I've been running these same programs all night long, and I'm very happy with the performance of them. There are a couple of little bugs. I had a couple of derailments, and I had only one major crash, but I can't attribute that to JMR. So I feel confident that I can start writing more and more complex running scenarios that I can run on streams with all the other programs that we have open here. Because I have 3 monitors here, and they are absolutely jammed with Windows. I mean, I have Windows for JMRI, I have Windows for BlueStacks, Windows for, of course, YouTube. Stream is open, OBS is open. But anyways, yeah, I've been expecting my computer to crash at any moment, but it's held up pretty well. Let's see what's going on here.
I have the same question, but for a different reason. Where will I be parking my Dr. Yellow? Because it's one of these that I don't want to take off the track.
Let's see, Doc David. Atomics makes some really great runners, but I'm more of a Kato fan for my Japanese sets. You can be certain that Willis Sonny Laffel that I respect that I don't change too much. Let's see. No, Will. Okay, everybody's engaged in conversations amongst themselves.
That's okay. There you go. There was the race. Which?
Oh, there we go. Nice view of that.
I think that view is my favorite by far. I really need to finish the scenery on the bottom right. But hey, at least I have something.
No, I tell you, Kevin, those Japanese trains are really sharp looking. I really like the variety, the bright colors. Doing Amtrak here, I'm pretty much stuck with one or two, paint schemes here.
Yeah, but you know what I've been saying for a while now, right? That you shouldn't hold yourself to something specific if you like other trains. You're allowed to enjoy your models the way that they are. So even if it doesn't fit, nothing stops you from, not run what your layout represents just for the fun of running something that you like. It's your layout, your rules.
That's true. That's true, Kevin. Very true.
You shouldn't have to prevent yourself from running something you like just because you want to fit a perfect representation. You have Taiko Town on your layout, so that means you're open to have some variation. And this is not a jib to Taiko Town. It's just if you're okay with Taiko Town, then you should be okay with other stuff.
Yeah, well, Taiko Town is kind of a nostalgia thing. That's the stuff that I grew up with, and I'm sure a lot of the older viewers here are very familiar with Taiko. Let's see, Doc Dave, Jimmy, do they make some Japanese sets in HO as well? Oh yes, very much. Yes, they do.
They're just harder to get and more expensive.
Yes,
unfortunately.
Exactly. And once I vowed I'd never get N-scale trains, and it turned out, yes. Yes, we know how that turned out, Dave. Yeah, and my layout is HO scale, but I've got G gauge trains. I've got the S gauge, the American Flyer. I've got some of those trains kicking around. I had some N scale stuff, but It disappeared. I don't know where the hell the N scale stuff went to.
I don't know, but all I know is that a crazy old man sent me some overpaid shipping to send me some my mail. So
Overpaid shipping.
say what you
Excuse
want.
me.
It's not the cheapest thing you paid. Shipping to me was not the cheapest.
Well, if you lived someplace normal, like the United States, instead of Canada, shipping wouldn't be that much.
I'm not gonna get into it, but I wouldn't call the United States more normal than Canada. Just we're not gonna get into this, but I will not call the United States more normal than Canada.
I can't draw you into that argument, Kevin.
No, you will not.
Oh, Beth joined us.
Hi,
Oh,
Beth.
I'm not Beth is here. Good evening, I'm
I
not
know
Beth.
you're not Beth. She's Beth.
Oh, I'm Beth, you're not. Yes.
All right, so let's switch the camera angle to my upper yard, which is here.
Let's see. Holly just mentioned, I know the surgery messed him up more than he expected. I'm sorry, whose surgery is that?
I actually missed the surgery.
I've talked to him. He said, okay, I'm Beth Yanot is mentioning this. Let me scroll back here a little bit. Hi, Mike, Dave. Okay. As you should be, Willis, regardless of anything. I think you'll have a great time. Take a bag and some bubble wrap. Yes, yeah, okay, yes. Bag and bubble wrap, anything that you buy. So we have to make a list. And Dave has to make a what to bring list when you go to train shows.
Yes. Also,
Dave says we need to bring a battery. We need to bring bubble wrap. We need to bring some bags.
Dave
do we need to bring
has the best trick I've ever seen or heard, which is to keep the bubble wraps from Amazon shipping. These are perfect to protect your trains when you're picking up trains that are loose without boxes. This is not my trick. This is a Dave's trick, so I don't want the credit. Not because I wouldn't like to have the credit, just because I'm not that smart. But I do think it's absolutely worth mentioning, and I want to give credit where credit is due, which is Dave has that credit because he's the one who thought of that idea.
Holly says, "Sorry, Jimmy, no way to do a chat with just one person." Oh, no issues, Holly. I'm just scrolling through the chat, making sure that I acknowledge people and what they're saying and looking for questions and everything. I don't mean to butt into everybody else's conversations, that's going on in the chat. I'm just looking it over, making sure that I didn't miss something, because I don't want to slight people by not reading their chat. I just want to make sure everybody feels welcome, that everybody feels like they contribute to the chat, and that we acknowledge what they're saying, because we do appreciate everybody coming into the chat.
Thank you
we
very much.
appreciate all the friendly stuff that everybody is talking about. Again, I don't mean to to jump into other people's chat conversations. I just want to make sure that I acknowledge everybody. That's all. Let's see here. Willis, I'll definitely buy a lot of items. My train show kid is always on standby. Big yellow bag. Yes, Dave. Big yellow bag of Amazon envelopes. Dollarama reading glasses. Oh, yeah, reading glasses. Dollarama reading glasses. And cash in my wallet. Now, is Dave one of those guys who goes into the shows and he haggles every price on every item regardless?
I hope he does.
Yeah.
I'm
Guy
actually
goes in
not.
there and he's got-
I'm actually not one of those person. I've been told that I could have haggled multiple times, and the only time I haggle is I look at a table, and if I see something I really like, I pick it up, but I don't right away buy it. I look for something else, so that my haggle is more of a bundle deal. And oftentimes, the sellers are more willing to give you a good price if you're buying multiple items, because, well, it's more overall money for them, and they're also getting rid of more stuff, right? So don't be afraid to pick up something, but look around the table and haggle as a bundle. You will get better prices if you buy a bundle of things than a single item.
Mhm. I love haggling prices at train shows. It's a lot of fun. You know, if you're nice and friendly with the guy, and you kind of make a joke out of it, you can have a lot of fun doing it. There was this Bangor to Aroostook um, train locomotive BL2 that I was going to buy from a dealer. He wanted $70 for it, and I go, okay, this is the part where I owe you. I offer you $55, and I said, then you're going to come back with 65, and then I'm going to come back at 60, and I said, okay, so we agree on 60, right? And kind of make a joke out of it, and it's a lot of fun. Regardless of what the price is on something, I'll always haggle it just for the interaction, the conversation. Whether it's a $1 item or a 50-cent item, it's like, okay, yeah, here we go. How much will you take for 4 of these? That kind of thing.
So when I say haggle, just to make it clear, I'm not as much of a haggler and negotiator. I often just offer $5, $10 off, depending on how much it is, right? So let's say I'm seeing a locomotive and 2 cars, which adding up would be $150 for all 3 items. Well, I'll try $120, and if they don't accept, I'm like, well, take $5 off each, and it's very rare when you're buying multiple items that it will not accept at least $5 to $10 off each, especially since it's multiple items. So, you do what you want with that information, but this is usually, and they're often priced to have that leeway in them, so don't be afraid to ask for these prices, right? Worst case is they'll say no, and the price is what is it called? What do they call it? It's not fixed, but it's when there's no negotiation. Anyways, worst comes to worst, they say no, and you either walk away without it, or you buy it at the price they're asking.
It's funny. It's funny, Kevin, you mentioned that. That's rule number 1. The rule number 1 of negotiation is if you're not willing to walk away, you can't negotiate.
Most of the time, I'm not willing to walk away, but I still ask for $5 off per item or something, hoping that they say yes. And if they say no, I just pay the price they're asking. I'm not the best negotiator, but I'm happy with what I get, so I'm okay with it. Half the time, they already have good prices, so I'm like, well, it's not even if I don't get a deal, I'm fine with it, so I don't know. It's up to you.
Oh, Willis, you can bargain with vendors, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Again, worst they can say is no.
Well, actually, I take that back. I misspoke. It depends on the item. If you're buying used stuff, then by all means, you can negotiate the price all day long. But if you're buying something that's brand new in a box, sealed, that kind of thing, something that's recently released, they're going to insist on what do you call it? RS
MSRP.
MSRP. Thank you.
Manufacturer's suggested retail price.
Thank you, Kevin. Yes. If you're looking at stuff like that, then there's not going to be much room to negotiate, if any at all. But the used stuff, all day long. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Mustache Mike. Laugh out loud, Mustache Mike. Okay, let's see what Mustache Mike said. Scott Reels. Oh, Hopster. Welcome. Hi. How you doing? I don't think I said hi to you yet. I like the prices get lowered near the end of the train show because the vendor does not want to carry things back home with them. Yes, Hopster. That's 100% true. The best times to go to a train show is when the doors open and when the doors close. Those are the best times to get deals. Because sometimes you go to train shows and there are people in there who just want to liquidate everything. They don't care about the price. They're liquidating a huge collection, and you want to go in there and you want to get those good deals when the doors open. And then, like you said, when the doors are getting ready to close, that's when you can get your best deals too, because the vendor doesn't want to take it home. That's right, Hopster. Easy buds. I'm great at haggling because I'm serious about what I will pay. I would rather wish I bought something later than overpay. Yes, that's true. That's true, Easy Buds.
So while it is true, there's a lot of things that will affect that mentality. Sometimes I'm okay with paying what they're asking, or sometimes maybe even overpaying a little bit. Not because I hate money or I prefer to spend money, but there are certain items that are just really rare or hard to get, right? For example, the passenger cars I just got from the used passenger cars from Kato. Every single one of them, I paid more than what they were sold brand new. I am aware, but I'm also aware that they're so rare that if I want those specific one, I either pay those prices or I'm not getting it. And you know, the value of an item is how much are you willing to spend to get that specific item. And turns out, I was willing to spend more than the MSRP. Which, for old sets, because I knew these old sets ran great. And I knew these old sets looked great. So yeah, like, for example, the four car set that I have, well, that was, he asked for 140, and since it was used, even though it's a store, I offered 125, and he came back with 130. You know what? I accepted. I think I offered 120, he came back 130. Those were not $100 when they came out, but they're so rare that I've seen these go for $200. So it was either I paid 120, 130, or I don't get it. And well, I did the choice of paying 130, and I'm happy because that $20, well, if it was worth $100 brand new, that $20 more I spent, I'd rather not have it than not have that train. So it's very much of an opinion thing of how much value do you agree upon what it's worth. And even the few train cars I overpaid, the only one I've been disappointed is if they ended up being broken or bad runners. If they're good runners, I'm mostly okay with what I paid. So it's really a question of how much value do you see, like how much do you think your trains are worth, more than how much they are, and there's nothing wrong with haggling. I haggled every single set that I have. I think I got $10 or $15 off per set from that vendor, or that store, because I offered, and they accepted it because they know they don't sell super quickly. But at the same time, I was willing to pay the price he was asking, because they're rare and they're desirable and they're gorgeous. Holy shit, they're gorgeous.
Oh, Kevin, if I'm going to mention real quick.
Yes.
My lights just flickered a couple of times. My house lights.
Okay.
So if I lose power, and I drop out, that's what happened.
Okay.
Oh, I just had another derailment.
See,
okay.
That's why it flickered. It's because your trains are.
Let me go rescue that again for the third time. Evidently, I've got an issue there at that switch. There's a particular wheel set on the turbo train that just doesn't like it now all of a sudden. So I'm going to go back there and rescue it again. Excuse me.
So I'm not talking to Jim, not that I don't want to talk to Jim, but just to fill in the blank. I previously had some Concord cars that I love, that are CP rail, but they weren't a full set. Well, now that I have they're not as good runners as the Kato ones, but I'm gonna try them on the train. But I just noticed that one of them is missing a wheel, so I need to find said wheel before running them. But once I do find that wheel and put it back on, we will have a more complete set, because that's what we want. I can always take it from one of the other cars and up until then. So let's just steal it from another car, put it in this one, and try to see if it runs great. So this is a coach, and this is a sleeper car. So we'll put them in the train. Also, I know this locomotive is not actually a locomotive that should be pulling this, but I thought it looked really nice, and I'm not mad I did. This is where I enjoy model railroading, and I don't believe in prototype. Not I don't believe, but I don't think prototypicality is necessary. Simply because I'm having way too much fun doing this non-prototypical thing of... I just noticed something. One of the car doesn't have doors for the passengers on the Kato set. Nice. Anyways, as I was saying, not being prototypical is fine. This train set does not exist and is not prototypical. But you know what? I don't care. Actually, I'm gonna put another car that I have. That's a CP rail. This is an orange CP rail one, but that was my elbow. I don't mind that it's not prototypical. What I do think is it's a fun train set that does look great, and I can pass it as a excursion train. You know, that would work as an explanation. So, come on, just latch.
I am back.
Alright, I'm just building an impossible excursion train right now out of cars I already had and the new car I just got. The new cars I just got. What is everyone's opinion on just that? Unrealistic consist that you just enjoy. I just said my opinion, but I'm curious to see everyone else's. Is it a no, you shouldn't do it, or you should stick to realistic consist, or should you just have fun? And I'm more talking about passenger stuff. Freight trains, about everything's possible, so that's a different story. But passenger stuff, what's everyone's opinion on this? Jim, you can say yours first if you want to, by the way.
I'm sorry, I missed part of that conversation because I was out doing the rescue there.
I was wondering, what's your opinion on unrealistic passenger consist?
Unrealistic, if that's your thing, go for it, of course. I run cars on my passenger consists that shouldn't be there. Especially the Vistadome cars. The East Coast railroads did not have Vistadome cars. I know, well, at least the Boston and Maine didn't run Vistadome cars because of the overhead clearances of bridges and that sort of thing. But I do run them on my layout. There's a lot of people. Oh, hey, James, 4014. Hey, so how you doing, man? And but I do run them on my layout. There's a lot of people who come up with their own fantasy road schemes. Corky. Corky does his own paint, his own custom passenger equipment, locomotives. Again, if that's what you want to do, by all means, it's your railroad. That's my opinion.
Good.
I hope that answered it.
Yes. I just had to remove a pest. Apparently, one is not enough. Don't want to remove the whole set. More than that, though. It has a
Round Valley model trains. Oh, just say Round Valley model trains. I don't model any particular era or run whatever I think looks good, no matter if they're prototypical or not. I had a Santa Fe F7 pulling Union Pacific passenger cars a few weeks ago. Sure, absolutely. If that's what you like to do, don't let anybody tell you, oh, you can't run this, because there are a lot of rivet counters out there who will tell you, oh, you can't run this, or this railroad didn't have this equipment. A steam locomotive. I have a Hudson steam locomotive that I leaded for the Boston and Maine. Boston and Maine never had any Hudson locomotives. But yeah, I didn't care. People will run whatever they want. And for every oddity out there, there's a prototype. I mean, if you run a Santa Fe locomotive with Union Pacific passenger cars, there actually is a prototype for that kind of running. Because when Amtrak first took over passenger service in the United States, they ran anything with everything. So long as they could get the equipment to couple together, they ran it. They call it the rainbow era of Amtrak, is when they first took over, and they gathered up all the passenger equipment, and there was some really oddball consists that they ran. This is before Amtrak had their paint scheme, before they could get it all painted. They ran whatever with whatever, and it wouldn't be uncommon to see a passenger train with railroad cars from a half a dozen different railroads on it. Let's see here. Does anyone know how we could find out what the consists were for passenger trains for the express train between Madrid and Valencia, and sleeper between Valencia and I hope I pronounced that right, Cadiz in Spain? There's a lot of resource materials online. I'm sure if you Google the railroads, you can get a lot of prototypical photographs of equipment and consists. There's a whole wealth of information on eBay, on Google about that sort of thing, and there are a lot of specialty websites. Excuse me. That'll give you the exact equipment of a particular railroad, right down to the car numbers, the quantity they had, when they ran on the railroad, what years they ran, when they left service. But yes, if you Google it, I'm sure you can find all the information you can on those, James.
So, again, I don't want to steal the show, but I need to show you
Oh,
something.
go ahead.
It was sold as unlit, the new 4-car set that I got, the passenger car set. Well, it is, except one car, and I think it's the most important car, has some lights on it. Just give me a second. I will bring it to the camera. So I will bring it to the camera that will see it the best. Look at the tail of the last car of this passenger. Of course, it turned off just when it went through the camera. The wheels are dirty on the car, but it has...
Yeah, it does. I see the lights. Yes.
The nameplate and the red light up top are lighting up. So I knew Kato being Kato that they had all the power pickups, but I didn't know this one had some lights. Whoop! I had a derailment. I added one too many car and it slipped and then it fell.
Do you know what a possible website is? I did try Googling it, but didn't get very far, which could definitely be user error. Actually, somebody out there can, I know there's a website that specifically caters, to this sort of thing. I can't think of it offhand. Is anybody out there familiar with the website? that puts out the information on railroads, cars, consists, equipment, and that kind of thing. I know there's a website that does it, but I can't think of it offhand. If I had the space on my computer, I'd go out and find it myself. But there is a website out there. If somebody could help us out on that, that would be awesome. Help James out there on that.
So I don't know if Kevin Pacrul is still here, but if he is, I am running his favorite locomotive, which is my favorite CP Rail Heritage locomotive, the 6644. And, well, CP Rail being a big fan of Canadian stuff, I needed to run more CP Rail stuff, and that's why we're running what I call my homemade Heritage train with the strip paint scheme on a GP35, which was a Heritage unit, and with some passenger car from CP Rail that are just plain gorgeous, if you ask me. Oh, the camera's on the... I always forget to change. Well, I'm gonna let the train go by first. That's just nice.
Raven says he's taking 5 from working. Very good, Raven.
Nice.
Does anybody out there have an Athearn John Deere set?
I've seen some online, but I did not.
I understand those are very collectible.
Yes.
A friend of mine, Scott, was out there collecting them at one time. Hey, Raven, get those snakes out of the dryer. Yes, club chair. Raven's got some work ahead of him. Oh, thank you. My yard, yes, just in line, or Kevin's yard?
My yard is a mess. Oh. Thank you. It is a mess right now, but I love the yard, actually. I love my yards. I actually have 3 yards at this point. Or 2 in Roundhouse, I guess. Oh, right, that's what I...
Oh, thank you. Thank you, just in line. Thank you.
Oh. Why does that car derail every few laps? I am very curious about that. I'll just remove that car. That's the problem. All I heard was all aboard.
Yes, that's another thing too. It's not going out over YouTube, but that
pretty sure
that turbo train is making all its announcements, ringing the bell, blowing the horn, all that good stuff.
I'm hearing the bell right now, so that means YouTube is hearing
yes.
it as well.
That's it's leaving the station right now. It's ringing the bell. It just made the all aboard.
Next stop.
It just made an announcement. Providence, next stop. These are the Northeast Corridor stop announcements between Boston and New York.
Boston. Like a real Boston accent.
Boston, yes. Oh, thank you, just in line. Yeah, the track plan, you know, if you were here and seeing it in person, you say, oh, that's so simple.
So simple that he needed to design specific circuit boards to make it work, right? So simple.
That turbo train just cut out on me again.
I'm sorry, Jim.
This time it derailed on the double crossover approaching. Okay. I'm going to.
It
Let's
just
see
wants
here.
a break. It's been running all night. That's all it is.
Been running all night. Yes, that's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop that. I'm going to put the turbo train away and bring something else out.
Actually, just put it away and just run your, because there's 5 minutes left to the stream. I just realized.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put that on. I just gotta get that and rescue it real quick.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
So I know it's coming up on the end for everyone. We will wait for Jim to get back before saying goodnight, but we will say goodnight very soon. If we go a bit over time, a few minutes, that's possible. So Justin Light said Carter. Kevin has some unit track. I don't think Jim does. You are correct, Justin. I didn't see Carter's question. I apologize, but I do have at least 75% of my track. 75% of my main line is Unitrack, if not 90% of the main line. Yeah, 90% of the main line is Unitrack. The rest, though, is not. I cheaped out because of the turnouts and stuff. Good night, David. Yes, I'm sorry I missed the majority of your stream. No problem. Yesterday you said... yes, it's not mine, it's Jay's, Fresno Jay. I don't know if one of the moderators in the chat could link to Jay's channel. He will be doing a stream after mine, so I suggest everyone who are willing to stay up for a little longer to hop in and watch him. He's also been a very interesting end scaler. His layout is very bare, not because he doesn't want to work, but because he just started working on it and he's done an incredible amount of work up until now. So let's give him credit for what he's done. He's done a lot of work in the past few weeks on his layout, and he's been out for 3 weeks. So I don't know what you caught on, Jim, but I was talking about Jay's layout. He's done a lot of work.
Yes, yeah, I've been seeing the pictures on Discord there.
Yep.
He's done a lot of plaster work there, and it looks awesome.
Yes.
He's done quite a bit of work. He's done a great job.
And honestly, even though we both saw the same pictures, I know for a fact that we don't see all the texture work he's done because it's white on white. The second he'll put some colors on it, we'll see every bit of detail. It'll look amazing. So.
Good night, Willis Tiny Trains. Good night.
Yep.
And who else left? Good night, Doc, David. Let's see, who else? Okay, yes. Okay, good night, everybody that just took off there. Will. Good night, Will. Okay, so Jay is streaming afterwards, correct?
Yes. Thank you,
All
Kevin.
right, so
Lucky Kevin, for putting the link to Jay's channel. Actually, it is midnight my time. So, thank you, Dave, as well. It is midnight my time, so I will wish a good night to everyone. Thank you all for coming. It was a very fun live. I, of course,
Yes.
enjoyed running my new trains because apparently I can't stop buying some. And I technically half of them were bought over a month ago and they just took time to arrive. And I want to say again, thank you everyone for coming. It was really fun. Let's all head on over to Fresno Jay's channel for the continuation of the After Dark stream. And I may be in the chat for a little while, but I'll go to bed pretty early. Jim, if you have anything else to say.
No, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for coming, and it was a good time. It's always a pleasure to talk to people in the chat and see what everybody else is doing. And thank you, Kevin, for having me here tonight.
No problem.
And oh yes, Holly, Colleen, hugs and kisses.
Ollie, Colleen, and Beth, the ladies of the Knights.
Oh, Beth! Oh my God!
Yes,
Have I offended Beth? I've offended Beth. Beth, yes.
Thank you, Giuseppe, for the subscribe. We will reach the 1,000 subscriber within 2 months, I believe. All right, well, good night, everyone. It was nice to see you all. See you. I will not be streaming next Saturday, but I will let you update. I will put some updates on the channel community section for when will be the next stream. Have a good one.
Have a good night, everybody.